All righty. Greetings, 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 family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is the night after the day of December 8th, 2025. This is my one of my late father's Earth Day, which is my stepfather's. The day is his Earth Day today. It's been gone since what I think 2023, is it 22 or 23? 2022 or 23 is when he passed. But that was my stepfather. His Earth Day is today, which was yesterday, which was December 8th, 2025, and 4 days after my youngest daughter's Earth Day, which is actually on the 4th, 2025, 4th of December. So this is December 8th today. And tonight is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. We're here every quote unquote night after Monday at 9 p.m. in the night. We're here every night after Monday at 9 p.m. and this is called Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. Last night we had Fight Fire with Fire, which is open conversation. But tonight, I speak on something last night that I want to bring out tonight, and it's talking about the enmity of today. Enmity of today, and we're gonna go into that in a few minutes. First, we're gonna start off with a prayer. Then we're gonna go through information and share information. But I'm gonna see if I can share something on here that everyone can hear. Uh, Not used to it, but I'm gonna try this for the first time and see how I do. So other than that, be right back. Oh, should I say first? We're gonna start with our prayer. Blessed be thou, Father of the universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. Blessed be thou, Father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Father of Israel. Blessed be the Father to our tribes of Israel. Thank you, Father, for all you've done, been doing, and plan to do. We ask you to keep giving us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, life, health, and strength, food, shelter, and clothing. Let us be happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and prosperous in all that we do. We ask you to keep leading and guiding us so we can help leading and guiding others in your knowledge, your word, your ruach, and your way. We ask you to help us in every way, be our eyes, and help us see and understand your will and your way, and let us retain your word and your way that we may take it, keep it, and do it to please you and to wake others up. We ask you to forgive us of any sins that we have done, our ancestors and our forefathers. Forgive us and forgive them, for we all was ignorant at one time, and we're asking to receive your great ruach so we can come out of the curses that we have been placed under. We also ask you to help us in every way, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, financial, or spiritual. In all these things we pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Praise you, Almighty. Praise you, Almighty. Bless you. Now, tonight, this is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. I wanted to try something new tonight. I want y'all to check something out before I get started. Oh, y'all see this right here? This is chlorophyll with alkaline water and chia seeds. Chlorophyll, alkaline water, and chia seeds. I want to try something new. I think about starting doing some alkaline sun teas with chia seeds in it. You got chia seeds is supposed to help revive the body, cleanse the body, and the skin. Got to mix with the chlorophyll. So other than that, I want to say greetings, everyone. Hopefully everyone is having a great night so far over here on Instagram, YouTube Live, and also Facebook. Well, tonight we're going to go into the enmity of today. And really, when you look at the way things are going, you can see that the Creator has been speaking about in the latter days, majority of the time through the scriptures and the prophecies. He was prophesying about a lot of things that was happening today, that's going on today, that's going on in this day and time. And right now, the enmity, I'm going to read that before I go into anything else real quick. And we're going to go straight to Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Genesis 3, verse 15 states, I'm going to read 14 and 15 to go into it, but 15 is the key of where we're going. All right? The curse. This is my heading. And verse 14 and 15, but 15 is the key verse that we're going to be focused on. All right? The curse. Verse 14. And Yah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. All right? That's the first thing he said to the serpent, because he went against directly, blatantly against the Creator's word, according to what the scriptures say. Something else is coming to my mind I might want to play for in part 2. The reason why, I'll get to that next. Verse 15, this is the key verse. And I, the Creator, I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between, that's controversy, and I actually had the definition as well, but it's like struggle. It's like controversy, struggle, kind of like fighting or always tussling against each other. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Now, a lot of people read that and they have no understanding of the situation at that. Now, with the understanding that I have, this right here, the enmity between thee, which is I look at this as being spiritual, right? The enmity is between the spirit of the serpent and the woman, right? And between the spirit of the serpent seed, whatever the serpent has, which I like to say is the system, and her seed, which is the woman who is obedient to the Creator. That's her seed, because she's obedient to the Creator and unto man, which is her husband. But look at what we have today. And that enmity, I would say, is feminine, the feminine of today, of the so-called real woman. We're not talking about these ones that has, we're not talking about the what you call them, smoke. I listen to what's called today, David Chappelle talking about the LGBTQ society. They're not even in this equation. All right. This is talking about the women of today. This is not talking about that equation or any of them alphabet groups or anything like that. This is directly talking about the women of today, the real women that can bear children. This is talking about them of today. All right. So, how are we going to do the separate and understand the difference between the two? With what two? The serpent seed and the woman seed. And I will put enmity, controversy, struggle between thee and the woman. See this? Let's break this down real quick. Between thee and the woman. What did man call the woman that belonged to him in the beginning? He called her woman, right? And I'm going to say female. I'm just going to put it like that. That's the serpent seed. The serpent seed is the female. The serpent seed is the female. I'm going to say that right now. And I'm not going to go into Genesis 1, but I have an ideal of other things that I'm not going to bring up, because I'm going to be more sure compared to all the other things that I've come across to understand, which is my point of view. I'm not saying what it is on what I'm thinking, so I'm leaving it at that. But right here, Yah will put enmity between the serpent, which is the system. Just say system when you see serpent here. The system, which is the serpent, and the woman. And between the serpent seed, the system seed, and her seed. Now, let's look at her for a minute, who the woman is supposed to be compared to man. Let's separate it. The woman seed is the seed that act, and number one is talking about the enmity first, the controversy between the system and the woman. Look who's in charge today in this whole system, in the Greek and Roman Empire, who has taken over the whole earth. Daniel chapter 2, the end of 39, the beginning of 40, which is the Greek and the Roman Empire, bear rule over the whole earth. This is where the system has went in and brainwashed our women of today. But you have some of our women that stands up for the relationship, the man, and their part in society, not society, their part in the law according to the Creator. Look at what I'm saying. See, we always got two levels. You got the good, and you got the evil. You have the good and you have the evil. Both of them is always there. You got to recognize he's even speaking of it in here. And he spoke of it in the woman's curse as well. But we right here for right now. So we're going to understand what the enmity is. The enmity is the fight right now. The fight is the system. Let's just say this picture right here is the system. Let's just say, for example, I'm the woman, right? The system got the woman's back. The woman is a lot of women out here have a disdain for men. There's a lot of women out here who actually hate men. And I'm not talking about the LGBTQ and them. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the women. Direct women that hate men. They don't have no order. They're out of order. They want to do what they want to do. These are the feminists of the day. So you got two sides. You got feminists and you got feminim. You got feminists and you got feminim. The feminim is the ones who are in order with the Creator's law. They're in order with man. They have respect for man. I seen Denzel today on YouTube. I was looking at Denzel and his wife, but he was just talking in general about he has a wife. He gives his wife much praise. When I say praise, he talked highly of his wife, how she take care of the family, how she doesn't give him problems, and she's not on in the limelight. That's a woman. That's her seed. Her seed is a woman with the man, because the man is always out moving. Look at Denzel. He's out making movies. He's doing his thing. I'm using him as an example. Denzel's out here making movies. He's doing his own thing. He's out here but he has a home to come home to. She take care of the home. She take care of the children. She is the helpmeet to that man. No different than mine. I see mine the same way. My woman is the exact same way. She's a helpmeet to me. And I'm not saying I got everything all done. I got everything all down pat. No, I don't. But she got my back. She's my helpmeet. She know who's the man is in this situation and in this relationship. Certain things she know maybe a little bit better than me when it comes to certain things. When it comes to typing, or when I call her my administrator. But I'm the head. I'm the one who's actually the CEO. I'm the coach. I'm the one who's heading off everything. And she's the one who's backing up everything that I say. All right? Now, she has a great voice in our relationship and whatever. It's not everything I say go. She has a lot of information that she shares. And I say, okay, we'll do this. Or I'll put it together like, okay, we'll do this like this and we'll do it like that. Whatever it is. I have the plan, but we work together. Me and my wife. Same like I just said. I seen Denzel being interviewed, and it was clips, but he was being interviewed by T.D. Jakes, and T.D. Jakes asked him certain questions, and he was being interviewed by multiple different, because it was clips. It was what they call it? I forgot the name. A compilation of clips, right? So Denzel was just giving praises to his wife, and he was still just giving accolades, not only to his wife, but what they do and how they build. And he even talked about when he took her out, I think on the first date, the cab, he got her out, she paid for the date. All I'm saying is the enmity, feminists, the feminine compared to the feminists. These women out here that's out of control, loudmouth, want to do what they want to do. The feminists, that's Satan's and the system's child. The woman and the children of those women. Why? Because we're in a day now where the fathers are not in the house because of the system, which is Satan. Satan, which is the system, kicked the man out the house back in late 60s, late mid 60s, late 70s, definitely early 80s. Late 60s, in the 70s, and then in the early 80s, that's when they started really dispersing the men out the household. I really think it was mostly in the 60s and 70s. Late 60s and early 70s when this started to happen. Kick the man out the house. Woman, you can't. Number one is you got to understand it's the system. I'm trying to give you an understanding. Why I say it's the system? The system. I have a DVD called The Corporation, right? It's a documentary. Y'all need to look up The Corporation. It's a documentary. I really need to see it. And right somewhere around like in the first maybe 45 minutes, I'm saying that to be even. First 45 minutes in there, you'll see some ladies in a cubicle, right? They sitting in a cubicle, they working. And you see these giant men walking around on the outside looking at them in the cubicle. That's who they used to call Big Brother. Have you ever heard that term before? Big Brother? Big Brother is the system. The system sees everything and has a plan for everything long before it gets to us. We be inside stuff, and they already have stuff planned years down the road. That's the system. And all the women, I don't want to say weak mind, hard mind, I don't want to say nothing like that, but all the women who falls for the system end up being the enmity and being the seed and the woman of the system. That's why it says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. She's a part of the system. These feminists out here, they are a part of what they talk about: going to work, getting a job, being better than a man. Most women that has a job or that has a job making more than men, they want to leave their family. It's all on the internet. They talk about it all the time. It's all on. It's on the talk shows, podcasts, all through the internet. They talk about it. Some of these women will get. Oh, I gotta play for something for y'all in a few minutes. Let me play this real quick. This is one thing. Let me see if I can get to this correctly. I'm gonna see if y'all can listen to this real quick. I don't know. First, let me see. I don't know. Let me see if I want to shorten this or I want to share this. Let me see if I can share this first. Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying. This is my first time really doing it like this. So, let me come out of that and let me do it like this. Exit full screen. All right. Let me see if I can go here. Okay, here we go. Let me see if I can play this. I want y'all to hear this real quick. I want y'all to listen to this, tell what you think. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can make the sound come up. Hold on. Okay, one moment, y'all. I want y'all to check this out. And there we go.
Female, for you. I always ruffle some lashes when I say this, but feminism not only pulls women away from God's order and original design, but also away from from discipline, from accountability, from their family, from true actual femininity. You don't need a man. You're a queen. You're a boss babe. You are empowered. Marriage makes you weak. Accountability is oppression. Oh, and the golden one. Masculinity is toxic. They don't want obedience, but they sure like that authority. And modern day feminism just tells them that that's all justified. God gave us specific roles for a reason. We are not called to be like men. We are called to be discerning, to be nurturing, to multiply. And feminism strips all that away and replaces it with ego, pride, victimhood, rebellion. That's not from God. So yes, feminism is demonic. So if that offends you, ladies, maybe the demon that I'm actually talking to is the one that you're entertaining.
And there you go. I hope y'all heard that. One more time.
Female, I always roll some lashes when I say this, but feminism is demonic. Modern day feminism not only pulls women away from God's order and original design, but also away from discipline, from accountability, from their family, from true actual femininity. You don't need a man. You're a queen. You're a boss babe. You are empowered. Marriage makes you weak. Accountability is oppression. Oh, and the golden one. Masculinity is toxic. They don't want obedience, but they sure like that authority. And modern day feminism just tells them that that's all justified. God gave us specific roles for a reason. We are not called to be like men. We are called to be discerning, to be nurturing, to multiply. And feminism strips all that away and replaces it with ego, pride, victimhood, rebellion. That's not from God. So yes, feminism is demonic. So if that offends you, ladies, maybe the demon that I'm actually talking to is the one that you're entertaining.
And there you go. So I wanted to share that. Let me see here. I wanted to share that so y'all can actually get a good understanding of the situation at hand. Because women are standing up and telling the truth about what's going on in this day and time. Women's telling the truth. They're standing up, they're telling the truth, they're letting it be known. There we go. They're letting it be known. But the sad thing is that a lot of women, they don't care. And then they're not even trying to correct themselves. Men are just shutting down. Men are shutting down. You know why? Because men don't deal with that. Men don't deal with that. You got a lot of people trying to wet their peckers now. You can say that. And a lot of these women don't even know that. Don't even understand. I looked at last night. I looked at a show called Pop the Balloon, but they were sitting down having a recourse over all the other information. And there's one guy, he made a book. And the situation is everyone's sitting down having a conversation about the different babies it has. One girl had three babies by three guys, three different guys. Another woman had three babies by two different guys. I think one of the guys passed or what have you, but one they was young and stuff like that. Now, the key is in all what we're seeing here is that we see and I'm not blaming nobody. I'm not putting nobody down or anything like that because we go through things in life, right? The system, and I got to put it where it is. See, we're too busy pointing at each other. We pointing at each other, right? But we got to understand, we don't, a lot of our family, not we, but a lot of our families don't have a father in the house, right? Some women are looking for a man to come in. There was something I made I'm gonna share. I'm gonna say it right here. I'm gonna tell you after you get done though. Some women are looking for men to come in and take care of them and their children. And you got some that probably willing to be like that. And I can't say that the women are all wrong because you got a lot of men that comes. You got men that come, lay pipe, and run. But women, this is where your discernment on men you should recognize the man you want to be with. This is the key. If you want a man, you got to find a man. If you're trying to find a hustler or somebody that just look good to you, you want to lay down because they look good, that's the problem. And y'all get caught up, but y'all don't want to take accountability because y'all haven't researched or found out or sit down and try to understand the man that you was dealing with. And another thing is a lot of our women don't have men in the household to teach them what type of man to be with. Why? Because they was taught up and they was raised on the system, the enmity, which is the system that taught you to get a man out your house and we can take care of you. What I tell you about this picture being the system? You an actual woman. Oh, I'm gonna give you your money. All you gotta do is this: money in your hand. Section 8, welfare, all kind of benefits, which makes you a beneficiary to the system. All the benefits that you need coming from the system is gonna take care of you. And you got a man right here that wants to be with you, want to take care of you, want to show you things other than this right here is another thing of the system. The fiat. See, a lot of people, the world has been duped. Now, I'm not saying we don't need money. We do need funds in this day and time, right? Because this is what we've been up, that we grew up in. But also, what has happened? People are so focused on the money. The money is their God. It's even said in the New Testament. You can't serve two masters, the creator or mammon. Mammon is money. When you say law, land, air, water, that's what the creator has given us. And to be satisfied with what you have. But the sad thing is people are so controlled and conditioned to money, they'll do anything for it. Anything. They'll do anything for the fiat, right? Yahuwah Tess. Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings to you, my beautiful sister. Glad you're here. For the moment, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm glad you're here. But the point that I'm saying is these feminists is the ones that's causing the world do this right here. Why? Because you're helping the wrong person. You're helping the wrong person. Person is a thing, a monster. The system is who you're helping. And you don't even realize it. You're out of place, you're out of pocket, and you're against the creator because you're out of order. Accept it or not. You are out of all you women out there doing, and you know I'm not talking about everybody. Just say we have two types. You have the ones that's of the enmity of the with the spirit of enmity between you with the system and the women with the men and with the creator's word. Because if you with man, you in order. If you're with a man and you are doing and being obedient, what I mean by obedient, I mean being acceptable to whatever your man is leading you to. If you don't, and I'm gonna give you something. See, all these women out here talking about, well, I ain't got this man doing. That means you are wrong. You didn't pick the right man. You did not find or take your time to see who it was you was laying down with. That's your fault. You can't blame nobody but you, but you're quick to play the victim. And whoever you are, you know who I'm talking to. You are quick to play the victim. You ain't sit back, count up the cost, and see what was going on. You ain't think about when you lay down, you're gonna have a baby. We got people, y'all are so evil. Eve. Where you think the word Eve came from? Eve wasn't in the beginning. Eve came after the curse. And he called her Eve. Who called her Eve? Adam called her Eve. I say, this is my personal point of view, Adam called her Eve because she's evil. Evil. You go against the creator's word, you're evil. You are evil. Number one, Satan, which is the system, is against the creator anyway. And he's using you to go against the creator. No different than you to go against the creator's word by going to Adam to do what he wasn't supposed to do. But Adam was persuaded by his woman, even though he knew not to do nothing. So whatever he did, he had to take accountability for what he did because he knew not to do it. But yet and still, if you had not made the first step to think, as it says over here in verse 6, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, the woman did this after the whisper in her ear from the serpent. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit. See that? No matter how much I want to blame Adam, she took it. He was wrong, but she started the initiation. Well, he told her not to. And we got so many ignorant people, see, that at the end of this right here, who don't have an understanding. Well, let me read it on down so you can get an understanding what I'm about to say. And when the woman saw, this is Genesis 3, verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. You see that? See, what it said right here, and gave also unto her husband with her. With her where? And he did eat. He wasn't standing right there. He was in the garden with her. No different than my wife is in the house with me right now. I got people saying, well, Adam's standing right there. Who in their right mind with your woman, even your girlfriend? Y'all together. If y'all together, but they're together. They're husband and wife. They're together. I'm not talking about these people out here, oh, just dating. I'm talking about y'all together. Who in their right mind gonna allow another man to talk to his wife in his face against what he's saying, and then she gonna take it and give it to the husband right there in the face? That's ignorant and stupid. And we got people out here teaching that. Oh, yeah, but it said that she was right there, that he was right there with her. That's no different. I'm upstairs. I'm up here upstairs in our new office that we're making our office right now. My wife is downstairs in the bedroom. She's in the house with me. But that don't mean she right here in my face. We're here in the house together. People don't have common sense to understand. That's the reason why the scriptures say, when it says in Proverbs, get wisdom, get knowledge, but in all thy getting, get an understanding. I'll share that again. That's why in Proverbs, it tells you at certain points, get wisdom, get knowledge, but in all thy getting, get an understanding. Why? Because understanding will keep thee. People read stuff word to word, don't have an understanding behind it. Oh, but this is what it says. Say it just like that. Get understanding. You have to have some understanding with the comprehension that you're reading and trying to get an understanding to. What trips me out is how ignorant people are. They looking at it, and some of these are supposed to be teachers. They're looking at what it's saying, but have no understanding of what's going on. Put yourself into place. But the whole point, the enmity is a spirit. And that spirit is between Jacob and Esau on a physical tip, which is where we at today. But if you really look at it, it's talking about prophecy and the stuff that's going on today. What has happened between time and still happening today. A lot of women, I'm just being honest with you, a lot of women who are feminists is actually bringing this world down because the men that wants to be with the woman, they can't because they don't have no trap on their lip. They can't stand, and then they don't pick the right man. See, it all boils down no different than it was that Adam ate from the woman, even though he tried to blame it on her. Well, the woman you gave me, it ain't about that. You disobeyed. And something like that would have made me mad. I told you something, and because you trying to put it off of somebody else, but I told you. That's why I understand I shared this information today. It's another video. I'm gonna play in part 2 though. I gotta find it, but we I'll find it in part 2. But what I'm getting at, and this woman is straight against the creator. She's an enmity for real. She's straight against the creator because of what was said here, and don't have no comprehension or understanding. That's the reason why it just hit me. That's the reason why Daniel, might as well hit it. Daniel 12, 9 and 10. 8, 9, and 10. 8. Daniel 12 and 8. And I heard, but I understood not. Then said I, O my Yah, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? 9. And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end, where we are right now. All the hell and stuff that's going on is all coming out in this day and time. 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. A lot of people being tried today in the things that they do. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. People that read this book and people won't actually try to put the creator on the man's level. No understanding, and they don't realize the hell that they're bringing on themselves. They don't realize the words that come out your mouth is energy, good or bad. People don't know what they wreak upon themselves. They don't understand what the word that they say will actually come back and hit them. Have y'all ever heard the word never? When you say never, never come back and hit you in your face. And it did to me twice when I was younger. I don't say never unless it's in something that I'm reading. And if I say it, forgive me for something that I made a mistake and said it. But never is a very cautious word you need to be watching when you're speaking on. But it says, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Why? I'm being wise enough to know what to speak out my mouth. I don't care about if it's I'm acting in a scene. I don't care what it is. What comes out your mouth, you are responsible for. Your actions, what by your words you're justified, by your words you are condemned. You said it. I don't care you read the script and this is part of this and that. You said it. You did it. It's on you. People don't realize how serious the creator is. They really don't. But right after that goes to show, even though the woman ate it, how much, and if you realize, the creator never really spoke unto the woman till the time of the curse. According to the scriptures, you won't see what the creator made the woman, brought her to the man. Man gave her name. And also, oh man, no, I'm waiting till I get to the next video but I'm just trying to give y'all understand the femininity, whatever you want to call it. The feminist movement, for all you women, y'all don't realize what's coming your way. Y'all don't realize what's coming your way. I'll hit you with one more before we go. I'll make this short tonight on this point. Y'all don't know what's coming. And y'all don't realize how serious the creator is. See, a lot of people talk, but they really don't understand the breath of life that people hold. The creator holds your life in his hand. And people don't even realize, they don't even have a understanding. Right here. Isaiah, the end of 3. Isaiah, the end of 3. First, let me go. I ain't going to hit the end of 3 just yet. First, let me hit 10, 11, and 12. It says, Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him. I'm gonna say them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. The righteous is the women on the other side of the enmity. The, the righteous are those, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. The woman and the seed of the woman with the man, or that's compromising with the men that they're not with, or the ones that's trying to do right by the creator and right by the man and right by the child, that's the righteous. The ones on the other side, and between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. And this is where we get to verse 11. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with them, it says him, but them, for the reward of his hands shall be given unto him. What I just say? The reward of your own hand, the reward of you've been doing is going to be given to you. Let me share something with you. A lot of y'all women, as much as Kevin Samuels tried to come and share information with y'all, much as the men of today are trying to stand up and share information, and they have to stand strong because of all the feminists that's coming against them. That's the reason a lot of them standing strong like that. But you got a lot of the men that's breaking down and sharing the concerns of the women who are not standing like the feminists. They give them props. Melanie King is one. Melanie King is one since Kevin Samuels and up to today. And it's Rihanna, what she was on with Holcomb. She was online with Holcomb, and Holcomb, gave her a bunch of praise. She's another one that stands up for righteousness. And you got a lot more. I can't name all the names, but them two ones that I do know of that stands up for the man and for righteousness. Righteousness because the Creator gave man to rule the earth. The woman is supposed to be the backbone for the man. If you're not the backbone for the man, or even if you have just a little bit, like I said, my wife have a certain degree of certain situations that she helped me with. I don't know everything. Man ain't gonna know everything. That's why he need to help me. And I also understand why, no different than a brigade. A man, right, being the captain, has a brigade or a team behind him. A lot of time I understand why a man, I was looking at, well, let me say this real quick, then I'm going to tell you that. A man has a brigade behind him, meaning if a man have more than one wife, each one of those wives should have a position to do something to benefit that household, which is that man. And y'all is better with more women, if it's not saying that it's mandatory, but just saying, if a man had women doing things under his lead, it'll be straight. Now, what I was gonna say is a movie or a one of these little sitcoms thing they be having on YouTube. I forgot what they call them, but a lot of Chinese. They have a lot of the Chinese movies, or clips or whatever they have. But it was one when this guy, he was an old man. He had like he was not. He's probably been an old man at first. He ended up. It was another one. It was two of them, but this is the second one I seen. The first one was the ruler of all things, the ruler over many things, something like this. But the other one was an older man. It was two of them that had got three wives, got to start with three women. But this one, he got three sisters. He got three sisters because they were slaves, as what have you. Three sisters. He got three sisters. Then he ended up going and getting to this house, which was a woman that was sold to a what they call them? I don't want to go. I'm a whorehouse, might well say. But the girl was a virgin, so he got with her. He was trying to gain his momentum and stuff because he had like a system that was helping him get young and stuff. But just saying, she ended up, and he got with her. Then he bought her off to be his wife. So she was a virgin, even though she was at a whorehouse because she was bought. But the fact is, he took her to be his wife. Now he had four wives. He getting younger each time, and each one of them has a different duty that was pertaining to the household. See, and if you start looking at that, not just a man just can have a woman because they can have them, or even if women decide to come to the man, as it says in the end or the beginning of 4 right here. But right now, we're talking about today, on what's going on today. But I'll just give you an understanding on why when a man is the head, and if you have women, that's the reason why the system has made y'all women look like fools. And why do I say that? Number one is you go to college. You go in college in debt. Y'all go so deep in debt that when you come out, it's hard for you to get out of the debt that you went in and you took on the debt that you went in college for. But y'all talk about your degrees. Your degrees ain't nothing compared to all the stuff you got to do to get out of the things you went to college for. Now, to me, I'm gonna tell you the truth. When we was coming up, I mean, one woman had a nerve talk about a trade. A trade is a business. A trade can make a business for you. If you're an electrician, you can make a business out of being an electrician. If you're a plumber, you can make a business out of being a plumber. It's not a job. One woman, she was so ignorant. That's a job. This goes to show how ignorant a lot of people are who don't know what they're talking about. A trade, if you are a roofer, if you are a not handyman, but if you are a carpenter, these are businesses that you can do and people will pay you good for. But we got so many women who's looking for the bag, I'd be scared to even take you in. And I'm not saying I got it like that, but you know why I'd be scared to take you in? Because you might want to get with me just to get rid of me, to get the money that I've made for you that the system is going to give to you. The system is going to take if you in the public. The system is going to take from me to give to you because they take care of you. Not knowing how powerful the man really is. And this is information that we have that's coming up in our other class that we have to share as well in the private. But when I'm getting that right now, it's showing you the enmity and where everybody in the world is at today. And the women, y'all don't even realize how ignorant. I'm not talking about all women, how ignorant the feminist is because you think you got it good. And you don't realize you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time, number one. How are you wasting your time? Going to school to get these degrees. That's it right there. Going to school to get your degrees to work for the system, which is Satan. The fact that you're working for the system is building the system off of you and your energy. And you're teaching your children to do the same thing. That's the enmity that it's talking about. You're teaching your children to go the same way that you're going, not even realize you don't even know you're heading to hell. Proverb just hit me. Proverb just hit me. Hold on. Was it Proverb 6 or 7? Father, you guide me. But let me finish up with Isaiah 3 real quick, and I'm gonna hit Proverb before we leave and start with part 2. Isaiah 3 and 12. I already hit 10 and 11. Let me read them through, and then I'm hit 12. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe, verse 11, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given to him. And that's male or female. 12, as for my people, that means that the wicked, whatever, good or bad, it was going to happen to you. But as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. That's the enmity right there. That's your enmity right there. Rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. They who? The system. This is just my example, but the system behind the woman got the woman back for anything that happens. And if you don't know how to stand on your laws or your quote unquote legalese, they're going to take you down. If you don't know how to stand, you're going down because they have to go by law. They have to go by law. And if you don't know how to stand, if you don't know how to do paperwork, you don't know how to get yourself together, you going down. Rule over them, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. And that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. But when you move down here to 16, it says, moreover, the judgment on the daughters of Zion. Moreover, Yah saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. These are the women of today. Walking, doing what you want to do, just being out there. Therefore, Yah will smite with a scab. Therefore, verse 17. Therefore, Yah will smite thee with a scab to the crown of thy head of the daughters of Zion, and Yah will discover their secret parts. The enmity, your secret part, the things that you're doing. I remember seeing on there, one woman said she taking out, they supposed to be married, she taking from the account and she making her own stash from the account. Well, I got to make sure I'm good. If we get a divorce, what's if for? Wait a minute, what you talking about? That right there is cause for divorce. You want to, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I said, okay, you can have it, everything you got. Bye. See how long that lasts. See what I'm saying? See, this goes to show that women don't think ahead. Most of them don't. I'm gonna say that. And I'm not talking on the woman, but I'm talking about the enmity, which is talking about the women. The spirit, it's a spirit, a demonic spirit that has the women, the women, the way they are. And I got something to play for you in part 2 to show you how bad what I'm talking about. Now, we got one woman that just shared information moments ago for the men. But I got one that's going to share something with you that's going to show you how the women, most women, not all, but how most women kind of think. And she's talking straight against the Most High. But let me hit this real quick. I'm playing on part 2. Therefore, Yah will smite thee with the scab. Okay, I got that. 18. In that day, Yah will take away the bravery of thy tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their caws and their round tires like the moon. 19. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers. I'm breaking on down because I'm really getting to 24 to let you want to hear what I'm going to say. But I'm going to take it all the way through. 20. This is Isaiah 3 and 20. The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings. This is all talking about today. This is prophecy of today, y'all, whether y'all understand that or not. This is talking about what's going on today. The rings and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel and the mantles and the wimples and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. All this stuff is going to be taken away. And what happens says in 24, this is your key, and it's happening today. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And y'all know a lot of them stinking between their legs today. A lot of them don't even have good hygiene. Moving and running. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. Mm-hmm. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty, and burning instead of beauty, and burning instead of beauty. 25. Thy men, now, your men. This is the one, her seed, right? Enmity between, let me read that again. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. What did it say right in 25? And men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty in the war. 26. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. She been desolate, without nothing, no man. She got seized by men that ain't even taking care of her, men that just dropping sales. I don't know why I had it. Look at it. Dropping seeds. Y'all see that? Y'all see them seeds in there? Y'all see them seeds in there? Y'all see those seeds? Dropping seeds and gone. Why? Because you didn't take time to get to know the guy. You should be able to see things. If a guy, I'm just gonna give y'all an understanding. I'm gonna give you an understanding. When you start to build with a guy, now I'm gonna give you as a man, I'm gonna give you some understanding. Let me give you some understanding right now, women. You that have not had a man to teach you a little something about men. If you meet a man, number one is, I'm not talking about you gold diggers. I'm saying it like that. I don't want to get raunchy. I ain't talking about you gold diggers. I'm talking about you that's willing to be a woman to your man. A woman, if you go out with a guy, don't waste their time. If it's somebody you're really interested in, you have to be interested in them. I'm not talking about these pimps that think they look good and they want to pick you up, and somebody you got time to get to know. Somebody you have talked to over the phone. Somebody you done spent some time with. You done went out with a few times. No sex. Just went out a couple of times. Went out. Maybe just go. Not no big, you know, cheesecake factory. I'm talking about going out maybe get a little coffee. Maybe going to a movie. Do something small. You ain't got to do nothing big. See, the whole thing is we men, and for you youngsters out there that may need to hear this, her seed, her seed. If a woman wants money from you, run. If she can't respect you for the person that you are, if she only looking for money, run. That's all I'm gonna say. You'll know by her actions. She'll want you to buy this. She don't want you. And if, some of the women already said it. She don't want you. She want money from you and stuff like that. She don't want you. And if she on here doing like this, if she on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and you see her doing all that, you already know I don't even want to deal with you. You done put it out there. Your mouth. You displayed who you are. You display who you are. That's how you get to know a person. Number one, if you're on YouTube and social media and you putting yourself like that, if a man, y'all see these women and you still want to get with them, it's your fault. It's your fault. If you don't sit back and try to get to know them and understand who they are, no different than a woman. If you ain't trying to sit back and get to know who they are, that goes both ways. That's both ways. Women, take your time, get to know who they are, and be serious. Because if you think about, you got to understand the creator's in the mix. This is something y'all don't even understand. And a lot of y'all might ain't own the creator. That's why y'all where y'all are now. The creator is in the mix. You talk to the creator, ask him to talk to you or give you an understanding if this the person, and give you a sign. You ask the creator, please give me a sign, let me understand if this person I want. If your heart is there. And if the creator show you and you still go on, that's on you. But if the creator show you, put your brakes on, because I'm going to tell you something my stepfather told me. Today is his Earth Day. Before I went to Germany. At one time, you never knew him. I'm going to tell you just like that. At one time, you never knew him. So if you feel like you done fell off this much and you just getting to know him, at one time, you just go back to when y'all first met. At one time, I never knew you. So once you start getting to know a person, make sure that this person is somebody you want to be. And that's for man and woman. Young men, young woman, this is for either one. It's time out for the feminists. Let them go and be by themselves. Let them mouth by themselves. And it's sad that all these other young men and other men just want to sink their Peter Pecker. I understand, but It's time to start fasting, be obese, not be obstinate. Obstinate. Start, sit back, wait. The Creator gonna show. Start fasting. You don't have to hit a girl every night. You don't have to do that. Because when the time comes, it's gonna come. Be loyal to the Creator. Sit back, hold your seed. Your seed is sacred, men. Your seed. And if y'all dropping y'all seed in trash, or let's just say in the sewer, you have to look at them like that. You're dropping it in the sewer, meaning that it's no good. Your seed is very important to the Creator. Now, I'm going to hit this real quick because I did hit that. I went on down. And her gates shall lament and mourn and being this. But I want to share verse 5:25 real quick before I go. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. There's war going on now, y'all, whether y'all understand it or not. It's us against the system. It's us against the women. It's us against those feminists. That's what mainly, this is the basic, that's what it is. The men is against the feminists because we're not against our women that actually is for the men. We're not against them. We love you. We love you. And we know it's a lot more out there than we think, than just being shown. We love you, women. That's in your feminine moment, or in your feminine way of life, shall I say. We love you. We love women who respect men. We love women who know their place. And I don't mean that by saying, no, you got to be in your place. No, I'm just saying that out of respect, who knows their place in the things that they do. We love you. We love you. And I'm one to tell you, I love you. So a lot of times y'all hear me saying, talking the way I do when I'm talking about women, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about who I'm talking about this is pertaining to, which is the feminists, the loudmouth, the ones that have no respect. They coming. And they don't even realize it. So I want to go on to 4, but 4 I'm gonna leave for part 2. Because I did 3, but I still want to go in here to want to go over here to where am I at? Way Isaiah, yep. Oh man, I'm way back there. I'm supposed to be right here. Proverbs. Now I don't know if it's Proverbs 6 or 7. Which one did Father? Which one you want me to read? Because it sure hit my mind. Well, 4. I don't know. Oh, 4 just jumping out at me. I'll read down. Four. I'm gonna go here. Chapter 4. Proverbs chapter 4. A father's wisdom. Some I guess I was just sharing a few moments ago. A father's wisdom. Hear ye, children, the instruction of a father, and I'm a father, and attend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine, forsake ye not my or the Father's Almighty's law. Forsake not the law. 3. Proverbs 4 and 3. For I was my father's son, tender and only beloved in the sight of my mother. You see that? This is the enmity on the other side. When it says, it shall bruise thy head and thou shalt bruise his heel. This is the head. This is the one that's bruising the head. He taught me also and said unto me, let thine heart retain my words, keep my commandments and live. See that? That's the enmity between the fight. The feminist on one side and the father, the mother, and the child doing the Creator's will on the other. 5. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. which is the law. Forsake her not, which is wisdom, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. And that's what your woman as well. A man that got a good, find a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor of the Creator. And a wife is a woman not going down to the just of the peace. A man and a woman who makes a bond, they come together and they build together. That's a man and that's a woman, and they are married. Can't find it here where you go through no justice of the peace. Verse 7. And she shall keep. Verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Isn't that what I always say? Get wisdom, get knowledge, and in all thy getting, get an understanding. Verse 8. And I get that from Brother Divine, the way he put it together. One of my first teachers, when I first came into, the Father guided me to know wisdom and knowledge. 8. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor. When thou doest embrace her, she shall give to thine head an ornament. You see that? She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. She is wisdom, and she is the woman that will be with you and got your back. Why? Because if you out there fighting, she got to have your back. She got to make sure, like I said, that movie that I was just sharing with you about the guy, and I can't think of the title, but it was an old man, real old, ended up getting 3 women, 3 sisters, because they was going to be sold off. So he got all 3 of them. Then he ended up getting this other one. I didn't see the whole movie yet. I got to go back into it and check it out. Now, avoid wickedness. This is the other half. I was going to just read that, but this must be what the Creator must be wanting me to go. I think it's 6 or 7, but this right here must be what the Creator has guided me to come and see. Avoid wickedness, verse 10. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings, and the years of thy life shall be many. You hear that? This is the father talking to the children, to the child. Hear, O my son, and receive my sayings. Listen. Don't be loudmouth. Listen. And the years of thy life shall be many. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. And this is what the Creator does through his law. All this is speaking of the law. It's speaking about the law and how it leads and guides you. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straightened. When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straightened. You already walking a straight path. And when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. You're walking a straight path and you ain't got nothing to worry about because the road is smooth. 13. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. This is Proverbs chapter 4. This is this right here was 4 and 13. I just got to read. From 10 to where I'm at right now is what it says. It says avoid what it says. Avoid wickedness. This is how you avoid wickedness. This is what's giving the information. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked. You see that? And a lot of these women don't even know they're wicked. They don't even realize it. And when I say a lot of these women, I'm talking about the feminists, what we're on today. Men are too. Now, the men, they're the seed of the wicked, which are the wicked, like I said, back in the late 60s, in the 70s, late 60s, or in the 70s, going into the 80s is when the families got dispersed. Men kicked out the house because the system, corporation, was walking around. Remember, I told you, check out it, look up the corporation. Check that video, check that documentary out. Google it. You'll probably find it. But the corporation, you'll see, and it talks about the corporation and stuff that they did and what they're doing today. The corporation is the system, which is Satan. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not into the way of the evil men. 15. Avoid it. Pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away. That means avoid it. Let me say Job, issue of evil. He ran away from him. He didn't even go that way. I seen what his brother, big kudos on this brother. This brother told this guy was talking to this woman, and he asked her, was she happy? She was married, had a ring on. He asked her, was she happy? And she said, no. And then he asked for the ring. He asked for the number, shall I say. He got the number. She left. This other brother said, bruh, you don't know what you getting yourself into. You don't know the mindset of a husband. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know nothing about their family. You don't know nothing about them. And you about to get yourself into some, you might go and get caught. He said, bruh, I could have been a friend of her husband, and she didn't even know. And I could go back and tell him, and you could go and you could not come out. And then he told a story about being in the army. This one guy, this is the story he said. This one guy was getting ready to go to the field. He told his wife he was going to the field, but when she saw him off, he wasn't going to the field. That was another brigade going to the field, but he acted like he's going to the field with them. Ended up catching them in the act, and he killed, and all of them passed. He killed them too and killed himself. But you never know, because men, we got to start being respectable. And a lot of y'all gonna get caught up in the sin that you are caught up in. Oh, I know what it was now. That's what it was. I think I know where it was. But I'm going to go ahead and read this on down. That just hit me what I need to read over here. And I think it's 6 or 7. Yeah, it's the end of 6. But I ain't gonna read the whole thing. It's the end of 6. Yep. But let's keep it moving. Avoid and pass not. Verse 15 again. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. 16. For they sleep not. You see that? It's talking about what? The wicked man. Take fast hold in instruction. Enter not into the path of the wicked. That's starting at 14. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not the way of the evil men. Okay, there's 14 where that point starts. Verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away. You see that? Except they have done this. They don't sleep unless they've done something mischief. And their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall, unless they cause some, and women do that too. Men do it, but a lot of the women, just like I just told you about, that woman could be trying to fix her house up or whatever's going on. But the whole thing is, like he said, if she's not happy, go get a divorce. Talk to him about getting a divorce, or try to straighten up your marriage or straighten up your relationship. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. 17. For Proverbs 4:17. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. You see that? You see that? But the path of the just is as the shining light. There you go. And shineth more and more unto the perfect day. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not what they stumble. Now, didn't I tell y'all as many times I done shared with you? In the beginning, when the Creator created the heaven and earth, darkness was upon the face of the deep. This is wickedness, as I've been sharing with you. Darkness. It was on the face of the deep. This is everybody with darkness. But then it talks about the light. It talks about the light in the beginning. This is what's going on between the two. The separation. A lot of people don't get it, though. You got to have a spiritual mind to understand what I'm sharing. They know not what they stumble. I'm gonna take it on to 27. Right here it says, wisdom is life and health. My son, attend to my words. Incline thine ear to my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Them in the midst, in thy eye. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. That's the law, y'all. Keep thy heart with all, say, keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Keep thy heart, keep thy mind, which is their heart as well. For 24, put away from thee a forward mouth. See there? See that right there? Put away from thee. So right now, the opposite of that is we see the women. You see more women out here with forward mouth more than men, but you have men out here like that too. Put away from thee a forward mouth and preserve lips and perverse lips put far from thee. Perverse lips, what? People that's cussing all the time. Oh, cussing is all right. Ain't nothing wrong. They're just words. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And perverse lips put far from thee. Now, you know what? You wouldn't believe it, but my wife used to be like that. My wife had a bad mouth before I met her. I didn't know. I never saw it. I would have never believed it. I would have never believed that her mouth was the way that she said and has been told me from her family how her mouth was. I would have never believed that. But see, this is a changed person, a changed creature. When you change for the creator, when you're doing and learning the creative way, you will change. I wish she was here to share with you her point of view of all the stuff that she used to smoke. My wife, she used to smoke, which I would have never believed. She used to cuss. She wasn't a hoe. She definitely wasn't that because I inquired. She wasn't a whore, but she used to cuss. She used to smoke, and she had a bad attitude. Yeah, that's another one. She'll cuss you out in a minute. To say she cussed like a sailor. I wouldn't have never believed that. But this is when the creator will give you a wife. See, they have to go through their change before she's presented to be a wife to you, men. And this was the enmity that was upon her at first, but she's not like that now. That's why it's the spirit of the creator. I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between her seed and thy seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. 24 again. Proverbs 4:24. Put away from thee a forward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. 25. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee, straight ahead. 26. Ponder the path of thy feet. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be established. Establish your ways. Establish the things you're doing. 27, last verse. Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil. You see that? Remove thy foot from evil. How do you know what's evil? You won't know until you go to the law, read, and find out. The law is what shares with you what evil is, what sin is. Sin is evil. Sin is of evil, should I say. Evil is when you carry out the sin. Murder is evil and sinful. When you murder someone, that's a sin, but it's also evil. See what I'm saying? Sinning, you can say a sin is something that isn't so harshful as murder. Or should I say evil? All of it is evil. It's a part of evil. But a sinful nature, you can repent. Certain things you did, you can repent for that. You can repent for certain things. But when you do something that's so evil to the point where you done took a life, that's evil. It's sinful, but it's also evil. You know, you going out here doing things that's an evil nature. Remove thy foot from evil, the evil things. So the end of 6. Okay, yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna do all 6. Yeah, because 6 is good. I see that right now. Excuse me, y'all. All right, so this is the end of part 1. It went kind of fast. This is the end of part 1. Yeah. So we're gonna come back to the entity. Shall I say Genesis chapter 3. Again, let me end it right here at verse 15 again. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. This is the system. I'm going to tell you and keep telling you the enmity is the serpent, which is the system, and it's a spirit. A lot of people don't realize it. It's a spirit. He said, I will put enmity. Enmity is a spirit. It's a spirit of controversy and everything that make you fight, right? Enmity is rapid in the world today. I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and you shall bruise his heel. That means you're going to be on the bottom. But the point is, he's going to put enmity between the system and the woman. The women, the feminists of the system, is going to be against the man, might as well say the women, but mostly the men, thy seed and her seed, between the woman, between thee and the woman. Now, thee is the system that's going against the righteous women. How many good women out here that's trying to do right that the system is going against? This is the spirit of the system. Whether it's in the woman or in the children of the women, it's still the spirit of the system going against the righteous. But the righteous, see what it says? Between thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. It shall bruise thy head, thou shalt bruise his heel. And who he's talking to, it have to be the woman, because thou is who he's talking to. I will put enmity between thee and the woman, which is the system and the woman, and between thy seed, your seed, and her seed, which is the righteous. It shall bruise thy head. Well, it must be the spirit of us bruising his head when we come to know where we are. See, when we get into our private office, it's a whole different story. But this is pertaining to prophecy of today. Other than that, I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be, waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm the same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Mikael is really me. And we're gonna pause Zoom, and we're gonna come back with Zoom as well on part 2, because there's something I want to show. I gotta find it, but it's something I want to show just like I just did a few moments ago. But it's something I want to show in there that coincide kind of, but the opposite of what I shared in part 1. So I'm gonna come there and show that in a few moments. But other than that, we'll be right back Zoom with part 2. We'll see you in a few moments. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. We'll be right back with part 2. Appreciate, love you, and we'll be right back. Peace. All right. Greetings, family, friends, and the world. This is Mikael, Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. How is everyone doing on this beautiful night? This is the night after the day of December 8th, 2025. The night after December 8th, 2025. And also yesterday was, now I can say we're in the night now, but in the day, it was my stepfather's Earth Day. You know, he's been gone for about 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, if not 4, but I think 2 to 3 years he's been gone. But that's the one that I shared about. That was back in 2019. We gave him the alkaline water. He would never drink it, and we gave him the alkaline water, and he knew he had stage 4 lung cancer. He never would drink it. I've been doing it since 2007. I'm just sharing this point right quick before I go into the information. But I've been doing the alkaline water since 2007. He would never drink it. 2019, he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And me and my wife went on a trip. Me and my wife went on a road trip with her and her family to Alabama. And then from there, we went on our own little road trip. From there, going to Alabama, then we went to Atlanta for a moment, came back to went there to get some products from Atlanta, came back to Alabama, and then from there we went on to Mississippi to visit my mother, my siblings and them that moved down there back in the early 80s. And went to visit them. He had stayed for a long time. He couldn't even talk. He couldn't even talk. Lost a lot of weight, and actually had to help him out the bathtub one time because he was just that weak, and to bring him to the bed. But he would never drink the water from me. So what my mother did, they had been seeing the benefits of the alkaline water and teas long, because he would never drink it. Like I said, I've been doing it since 2007. This is 2019. Now he bedridden now because he can't move and go nowhere. You know, going to therapy, not there. He's going to chemotherapy, stuff like that. But my mother poured out. I had a stack of waters about almost to my, about a little higher than my waist, about like about 24 to 48 coming to case. They had a stack of them. So my mother poured them all out and filled them up because all of them was for him. She poured them all out and filled them up with the alkaline water. He never knew he was drinking it. We stayed there. Me and my wife stayed there for a couple more days, few more days. Ended up making finish our road trip, going to Chicago, see a friend there. Then went on home. And then we came back. That was the end of, that was in the end of November 2019 or beginning of December 2019, around that time. We did another road trip at the end of April. No, March. End of March, beginning of April. Did another road trip. Went on back, did the same thing, went to Alabama to go see her family and friends. And then we end up traveling back to Mississippi again. Now he's walking around on his cane, and on his walker. He's talking better. He's got a lot more strength. And the only thing he changed was his. That's the only thing that changed. And I have many testimonies behind that, but I just wanted to give that and put that out there because he passed about, that was in 2019, 2020. He passed in like in 2022, 21 or 22, by some head. It wasn't up saying it wasn't because of cancer, because of some other injury he had, but he ended up passing. But the whole thing is that the Creator will show miracles by the things you do and the things he's given to you to show miracles through. Everything has a purpose. And like I'm saying, tonight we're on the enmity of today. And the Father has seen everything. And you know what? And I'm glad I shared this in part one, the end of part one. The Father seen everything from the beginning, right? And I was just in Proverbs not too long ago. And there's a certain point in Proverbs that I just read here in chapter 4, Proverbs 4:19. But before I read that, oh, my glasses, that right here in front of me. Before I read that, let me go ahead and read you the reason why we're here today. And to me, like I said, this had nothing to do with, even though they're a big part of it, but this had nothing to do with the LGBTQ society. Nothing to do with them because they're separate from. Cause I'm talking about the real women and the children of the real women that's teaching them the ways of that the system has taught them. I've made plain in part one. Let's just say this picture is the system. Let's just say I'm the woman. The system got the woman's back. Example. The system has the woman's back. That's why a woman don't think she need a man. But they don't realize that the women don't realize you've been put in a trick bag. You don't even realize you've been put in a trick bag. And how you've been put in a trick bag? You've been tricked to go to school to keep this system running like a well-oiled machine. How? It's because you're going to school, you have to pay for your schooling, and when you come out of school, you have to pay them back the stuff you learned for going to school. You get caught in debt for years because you went to school. You have to buy books at wild, outrageous prices, but then sell it back for 1% of what you bought it for. Think about it. You go get your degree. A lot of time, a lot of people come out, they're not in the degree they go in for. So it's a lot of things that's going on when you can become an entrepreneur and do your own thing. But you want to go to college. This is being put in the mind through the system, in the mind of who? The women and men, but mostly the women. The enmity of what is reading about right here is the system, which has deceived the whole world. Revelations 12, 7 through 12. Again, I'm going to read 14, but 15 is the key. Again. And Yah, which said, and the Lord God, which is, and Yah said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. But check this out. And I will put enmity, which is controversy, fight, back and forth. That's why a lot of our men and women can't get along, because they're going through this situation right here. This is prophecy. And I'm going to show you how this is prophecy, because the credit's seen everything from the beginning. And I'm going to link the two up in a few moments. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, between the system and the woman. What women? The women that's trying to do righteous. The women that's with their husband. The women that's trying to raise their children correctly. Right? Between thee and the woman, and between thy seed, the system seed. What seeds the system? The woman that goes along with the system. The women that's a part of the system. The feminists. The ones that's going to school and doing all this other stuff. I'm not saying school is bad, but I'm just saying realize what they have done. They put you in a trick bag to make you go against the one that loves you. It's sad. Men, we love our women. But for those who are for the system, y'all sellouts. The feminists are sellouts. And you've been tricked to think otherwise. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, the real woman, and between thy seed, the seed of the system that's with the woman, that's teaching her children, which is her seed, against her seed. See, the women of today, I don't need no man. I can raise my child all by myself, getting paid from the system, raising the children. To learn to make the children do as the system do, to learn to take the traits of the woman. That's why we got so many today. Like I said, this had nothing to do with them, but it has a lot to do with them. But we got to look at who is the cause. The cause is the woman. No different than again, chapter 3 and 6. This is 3 and 15 we read now, but let's read 6 again, as we did last time. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired, be desired, to make one wise. Ain't that the way women think today? They want to be, they're fighting against the man. Instead of being with the man, building with the man, they fighting against the man, want to be better than the man. She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her. And like I said, the husband wasn't standing right there. A lot of ignorant people think he was, it's no different than this is my home right here. I'm up here in the office of me and my wife's home. My wife is downstairs in the bedroom. She's in the bedroom. Yeah, we're in the same house. She's here with me. I'm here with her in the house, but we ain't in the same area. Some people look at this and take it literal. And that's how ignorant people are. And like I said, do you think I'm me? You think I'm gonna let another man talk to my woman in my face? And she gonna say, okay, I'll go ahead and get the fruit. I thought of she, you see, he didn't make her do it. She thought about it. Well, let me go ahead and get this. He told me, let me go ahead and get this in his face. Oh, it's good. Here, ain't nothing happened here. Do you think that happened? No, she went to go find him, and she persuaded him. That's where men cleave unto your wives. Men, we do this. But the sad thing is, y'all women don't understand that. See, this is reason I tell y'all, find a man, get to know him, and the way you're going to know that he's for you, when y'all start building together. When he invites you to come into his home, or y'all get a home together, have y'all decide to do it, and y'all start building together. When y'all start when you start seeing, okay, how y'all are doing funds, how y'all are growing together. Once you start to see this is how you know what man you got. This is what I'm trying to share in part 1 too. This is how you know if you got a man. This is how you know you got a woman. I shared about Denzel in part 1 and what he went through according to what was shared on YouTube with Denzel and his wife. They was dating 6 years before they got married. But see, y'all people can't wait today, and that's the problem. Y'all have no patience. That's why what it says, what's that old saying? It said, haste makes waste. There you go. Haste if you're too fast to do stuff, you wasting your time. You ain't getting what you expect out of what you think. No different than y'all women look at these fine men and these men, these players, and y'all get with them and then feel stupid afterwards. Y'all see that? That's the seed. Actually, a chia seeds. Y'all can see them better now. And I put more water with it. What I had in it was chlorophyll. Had chlorophyll in it earlier. Still kind of greenish, but as we go. As it says over here, again, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, you see who did it? After the serpent got in her ear, the system got in her ear, these other men in the streets got in her ear, these women in the streets, feminists, got in her ear, anybody other than her husband or her man got in her ear. This what happened. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat. And he go to ignorant part. And gave also unto her husband with her, thinking that he was standing right there. If anybody really think like that, y'all are dumber than I thought. And he did eat. You see what I'm saying? He did eat. He was at fault for doing that. But he wasn't supposed to do it. but that's what he did. But she made the initiative to go and do opposite from what he said. He's at fault. But she listened to somebody else, which started the avalanche. It started it because she didn't listen to her husband, to her man. And that happens today. We got so many women that's going against the husband. Y'all can, I tell you, y'all men, y'all young men, y'all need to pay attention to who you're dealing with. Y'all women, good women I'm talking to, need to pay attention to who you're dealing with. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to keep it moving. Now, after I shared, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed, and her seed, which is the woman with the husband, or the woman that has children, may not be with a good man or whatever, that's trying to do right. That's her seed. But thy seed is the seed of the system, with the women that's married to the system. The children from men that not with the man that's married to the system. Put it any way you like. You understand what I'm saying? And it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. But what I wanted to share with you from this to the beginning, over here, verse 18, Proverbs 4 and 18, it says, but the path of the just is as the shining light, and shineth more and more unto the perfect day. That's for those who keep the law and the commandments. The way of the wicked, verse 19, the way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. They don't know what they stumble at. Why? It's because they're out of turn, out of sync. Now, let me give you the beginning of that to give you an understanding that this woman going to say in a few moments that has no understanding. I'm going to share this with you in a few moments. Thinking I should share that with her first. But let me share this first so you can have an understanding before you hear her. It says, Genesis 1 and 1. In the beginning, Yah created the heaven and the earth. He's seen everything in the beginning. He's seen from beginning to end in the beginning. 1 and 1. A lot of people don't understand it, but I'm going to give you some understanding tonight. In the beginning, Yah created the heaven and the earth. Verse 2. And the earth was without form and void. The earth, which is the people on the earth, but it was without form and it didn't have no structure. And it was void of understanding. We just got to reading out of here in Proverbs. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. The darkness was the people. Darkness is where we at today. For those who are in darkness. But then it should be trying the great light. Now, what we just read here is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1 through 5. The first three verses pertain to darkness and the light. The light and the glory of the Creator, and pertains to the darkness and gross darkness in the earth. That's what this is pertaining to. But in the beginning, the Creator created the heavens and the earth. You'll see that in Isaiah chapter 40, I think it's 48 and 10. It's either 48 and 10 or 46 and 10, but I think it's 48 and 10. You can check either one. You'll check it for yourself. That's in the beginning. Yah created. Matter of fact, let me get it for you. See, let me just go ahead and read these 2 points for you to get an understanding, because a lot of people are lazy, and I might as well give it to you real quick while we're here. Isaiah 48. It's 43. Uh-oh. Right here. I guess it was 46. Yep, it's 46. 46 and 10. But I'm gonna start from 8, 9, and 10 to show you in the beginning, verse 1 and 1. Verse 8, remember this and show yourselves men. See, same thing what we're talking about right now through the whole situation. Remember this and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yah, and there is none else. I am Yah, and there is none like me. 10 is your key to Genesis 1:1. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. I'm going to show you something compared to what we're reading here, what this woman has to say. I'm going to show you how much of an evil she is. But I'm going to play it for you so you can hear it for yourself. But this right here is Genesis 1:1. And then Genesis 2, Isaiah 48. Let's go to 60 real quick. I'm going to give you part 2. Right here. Here we go. Now, verse 2 says, and the earth was without form and void, that's void of understanding, and it was void because no one had understanding in the earth at a certain time. In the time of the Greek and Roman Empire that this is talking about, when I'm about to come up to you in a few moments. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Here we go. And darkness was upon the face of the deep, right here in Genesis, Isaiah 60, 1, 2, and 3. Let's just go there. I ain't gonna go through the whole thing. 1, 2, and 3. Arise, shine, for thy light. The light is what we're going to read the other part of 2 in a few moments, but we didn't do that yet. For thy light is come, and the glory of Yah is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yah shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. His glory and his brightness is going to be seen upon us. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light. That light is the law. And kings to the brightness of thy rise. Now let's get back over here to 1 again to have an understanding of what we just read, 1, 2, and 3. Again. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the spirit of Yah moved upon the face of the waters. Now let's get that real quick. Let's get that real quick. We just got through sharing with you about the darkness. Let's go to chapter 8. I want to give you the main points. 22 through 31. 22 through 30. There's Proverbs 8, 22 through 31. This is the spirit of the Father that moved upon the waters. This is it right here. The light. The light is the law. But the spirit of Yah is this right here. Yah possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. This is 22, verse 23. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 23. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. That means before the earth was, he was already set up. The spirit is. When there was no depths, I was brought forth. When there was no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills were, I brought forth. While as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields. That was in the beginning. All that stuff when he hadn't made. The spirit was with the Father. Nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depths. 28. When he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree, and the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointed the foundations of the earth. 30. Then I was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in the habitable part of his earth, and my delight were with the sons of men. Here we go. This is the other part of 2, then 3. And the spirit of Yah moved upon the face of the waters. That was what we were just reading in Revelation, in Proverbs 8:22 through 31. 22 through 31. And verse 3 says, and Yah said, let there be light. And there was light, which we just read in 60. The light and the glory. The light is the law, the glory is the spirit of Yah upon man. And Yah saw the light that it was good, which is his law. And Yah divided the light from the darkness, and Yah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Light, which is not the actual light, but the light as in law, the light as in the spirit. Darkness is wickedness, what we just read not too long ago in 4:19, Proverbs 4:19. And he called night, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. Just wanted to share that so you can understand that enmity has already, the Father seen everything from the beginning to the end. The Father already knew what was going to happen in these days and time. When these women was going to be outright and out, they're crazy. And I'm talking about the feminists, and I'm not talking about all women. I want to extend my love to all women as well that's doing righteously in the earth. I'm extending my love to you. I love you. All of us men love you. But it's hard trying to find the good ones today. That's why you got to spend your time learning who you're dealing with. Find out who it is that you want to build with. You don't need to go no justice of peace be married, but you can make your own decree. You can make your own laws. You can make your own will. You can do things like that. But when it comes to you being separated, you can make a will of divorce. You can make a conscious will of divorce just to show that that woman, she's separated. That's why divorce was made, and made in the sense of a will or a decree, which you write out a bill of divorcement. So she can say, I'm free. That was the cause. There's a purpose and there's a cause for everything. A lot of people don't know. So now what I want to do at this point, because I want to get over here. Glad where we at. Now I'm glad I took care of all that. We're going to get over here at 6. But first, I want y'all to see what I wanted to share with you on this other video that I have right here for you. Let me go ahead and get it together real quick. Is this it? No. Hold on. All right. I want y'all to check this out. Listen to this. I'm gonna play my Mike West play this once because this might be kind of long, but I want y'all to hear this young lady. I want y'all to hear her out because this is the enmity at its best. I want y'all to hear this out. And here we go.
If Adam and Eve weren't supposed to eat from the tree of knowledge or the tree of life, then why were the trees accessible to them to begin with? Why did the trees even exist? You brought up God eating the fruit from the tree himself, and that's how he got his powers. And I know you said that you don't read the Bible that much, but I think you're onto something. God tells Adam in Genesis 2:16 that he'll die if he eats from the tree of knowledge. And once Adam does eat from the tree of knowledge and God finds out, God doesn't bring up this supposed death again. God only says, the man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. The man has now become like one of us. He must not also eat from the tree of life and live forever. God is telling you right there and then who the tree is for. It's for him and the other members of the divine council, those other deities, which is the us that he's referring to in the verse. It's just all of the other gods. Eating from the tree of knowledge didn't kill Adam and Eve. It gave them knowledge. Just like eating from the tree of life would have given them eternal life. I say that because apparently there's this idea that, oh, God didn't lie to Adam and Eve. They were supposed to be immortal when they were in the garden, and then they ate from the tree of knowledge, and that made them mortal, and they eventually died. That's not what the tree did. God says himself that's not what the tree did. And again, he does not bring up this death ever again. He doesn't tell them, oh, now you ate the fruit, you're gonna die now. No, he says, you ate the fruit, now you have knowledge like I do, like we do, the gods. And if I let you eat from the tree of life, you're also going to be immortal, like we are. And people don't talk enough about the only other entity in the story who knows what will actually happen to Adam and Eve when they eat the fruit. The serpent. How does the serpent know that God is lying to them about what the fruit actually does? Either the serpent has tasted the fruit himself, Or the serpent is very close to God. Some believe that the serpent in the story is like Lucifer, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call him. And since he was in heaven with God at some point, it would make a lot of sense as to how he knows what will actually happen when they ate the fruit. God lied to them because he didn't want them to be like him. I guess my only question from here is, if you were so scared that you lied to them about it, why not just put the trees in heaven with you instead of on earth in this garden with these humans who essentially have the brains of toddlers? I know God wasn't understood to be all-knowing at the time that this story was being written, but I feel like common sense would tell you that if you don't want them to be like you, maybe don't put them near the thing that could make them like you. I mean, he guards the tree of life after he kicks Adam and Eve out of the garden so that they can't eat from the tree of life. So he knows how to guard a tree. He doesn't guard the tree of knowledge for some fucking reason. But hey, even heaven had a rebellion, so maybe the trees weren't safe anywhere.
Go show how ignorant people are. So,
Supposed to eat from the tree of knowledge or the tree of life? Then why were the trees accessible to them to begin with? Why did the trees even exist? You brought up God eating the fruit from the tree himself, and that's how he got his powers. And I know you said that you don't read the Bible that much, but I think you're onto something. God tells Adam in Genesis 2:16 that he'll die if he eats from the tree of knowledge. And once Adam does eat from the tree of knowledge and God finds out, God doesn't bring up this supposed death again. God only says, the man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. The man has now become like one of us. He must not also eat from the tree of life and live forever. God is telling you right there and then who the tree is for. It's for him and the other members of the divine council, those other deities, which is the us that he's referring to in the verse. It's just all of the other gods. Eating from the tree of knowledge didn't kill Adam and Eve, it gave them knowledge. Just like eating from the tree of life would have given them eternal life. I say that because apparently there's this idea that, oh, God didn't lie to Adam and Eve. They were supposed to be immortal when they were in the garden, and then they ate from the tree of knowledge, and that made them mortal, and they eventually died. That's not what the tree did. God says himself that's not what the tree did. And again, he does not bring up this death ever again. He doesn't tell them, oh, now you ate the fruit, you're gonna die now. No, he says, you ate the fruit, now you have knowledge like I do. Like we do, the gods. If I let you eat from the tree of life, you're also going to be immortal, like we are. And people don't talk enough about the only other entity in the story who knows what will actually happen to Adam and Eve when they eat the fruit. The serpent. How does the serpent know that God is lying to them about what the fruit actually does? Either the serpent has tasted the fruit himself, or the serpent is very close to God. Some believe that the serpent in the story is like Lucifer, Satan, the devil, whatever you want to call him. And since he was in heaven with God at some point, it would make a lot of sense as to how he knows what will actually happen when they ate the fruit. God lied to them because he didn't want them to be like him. I guess my only question from here is, if you were so scared that you lied to them about it, why not just put the trees in heaven with you instead of on earth in this garden with these humans who essentially have the brains of toddlers? I know God wasn't understood to be all-knowing at the time that this story was being written, but I feel like common sense would tell you that if you don't want them to be like you, maybe don't put them near the thing that could make them like you. I mean, he guards the tree of life after he kicks Adam and Eve out of the garden so that they can't eat from the tree of life. So he knows how to guard a tree. He doesn't guard the tree of knowledge for some fucking reason. But hey, even heaven had a rebellion, so maybe the trees weren't safe anywhere.
All right. Now y'all heard that twice. I let it play twice. So I let it play. Hold on.
The tree of knowledge, the tree of life, then why were the trees to them to begin with? Why did the trees even exist? You brought up God eating the fruit from the tree.
Now, as I was saying, now we said here, we heard that twice, right? For someone to have a disdain against the creator and had nerve to say the creator lied, that's feminist right there. That's feminist at its worst or at its best, however you want to say it. That's a feminist. You can tell it sounds like she hate God or hate the creator, the Almighty. Number one is, the key is obedience. It don't even matter. If I put something somewhere and I say don't mess with it, that's what I mean. Obedience. That's why he said you broke my commandment. He commanded him not to do it. It's up to you to do it. You have free will to do what you want to do. So this woman clearly hates the creator, calling the creator a lie. That's number one. Number two is this. If he didn't want them to touch the tree of life, it was only after they ate from the tree of knowledge, he said, don't let them touch the tree. Excuse me, if you read the scriptures, it never said, don't eat from the tree of life. It told them, don't eat from the tree of knowledge. This goes to show how much people know. See, she quick to talk, and that's what I meant by in part one. People don't know when they say stuff. When stuff go out your mouth, you don't know the repercussion because your word is your bond. You justify by your words, you're justified. By your words, you are condemned. And she's talking just, I mean, people who don't understand the breath of life, that's the creator. And if, put it like this, what gets me is this. She have enough disdain to talk against the creator. If the creator didn't have enough power, how could he make the serpent crawl on his belly? Crawl on his belly. She trying to say that he's had just enough power. The serpent had enough power as the creator. That's what she mainly trying to say. She's ignorant. The whole thing is about obedience. And that's the whole thing about this whole Bible, the whole book, everything that we do is obedience. And it's sad. So right here, this is heard indefinitely. It says, and Daniel chapter, I'm doing it again, Daniel chapter 12, verse 8, 9, and 10. It says, and I heard, but I understood not. This sounds like her right here. But this Daniel saying it. And I heard, but I understood not. She don't even understand. But this was for Daniel not to understand because this was in his time. Then said I, oh my Yah, what shall be done what shall be the end of these things? Daniel asked the question. And he said, go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed and sealed till the time of the end. This is where we are at today. It was sealed from a certain point in time until this time where we are at today. Verse 10, many shall be purified and made white. Many going to be purified and made white. But the key is, and tried. The trying times is always going to come upon you to see if you're going to go the righteous way or the negative way. This is your enmity. This is your enmity. This is the enmity between the things of the day, and you're going to follow the system or you're going to follow the ways of the Father. Even in your Christianity, even in your demon nations, which I call denominations, which I call demon nations, in all your religions, no matter what they are, because the Creator only gave his laws, his statutes, and his judgments. I don't care what religion you call yourself going by, that's your God. So you're going to be tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly. And she sound wicked, don't she? She's a real Eve. I call Eve evil. The name wasn't given her to Eve until Adam didn't call her Eve until after they got kicked out the garden. Or until after they got the curse put on them. That's when she got the name Eve. And to me, that name is for evil. But it says, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. She don't understand. She don't have no understanding. That girl you just got through listening to. But the wise shall understand. Now, let's get back over here to, it came to me. I said I was going to read it at this point. We're going to go over here to Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6. Like I said, the feminine woman today is the enmity. They are the enmity, which is the spirit of enmity in the feminists of today. Like I said, the LGBTQ, y'all ain't even in this conversation because y'all not even a part of creating in the first place. This is talking about the enmity what's going on today. The spirit upon the women and men, which is her seed. So I talk about, and I'm not talking about all women. So you women who don't even pertain to this, but y'all are the beauty of the earth. Y'all are the flowers and the lily of the valley. The ones who stand tall for the men and the righteous in righteousness. This is for you. No, I'm not talking to you. What I'm about to say, this is for you right here, for you feminists and all you women out there that has the spirit of enmity on you and teaching it to your children, which is your seed, which is the system and the spirit of the system on you and your seed. Money. Money is your God. I hope y'all go back and listen to what I'm sharing, because this will help you out in the long run. But right now, we're going to go to Proverbs chapter 6. Warning against idleness and falsehood. Here we go. Proverbs chapter 6. This is where we're going right now. Because my mind brought me here earlier, 6 or 7, but in part 1, I went to 4, and it just came out the way it needed to. And everything was, the Spirit know how to guide me to give what's needed. Proverbs 6, warning against idleness and falsehood. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. What that woman just said, she just got you talking, right? See that? See how that work together? So all that talking that woman just did, she don't even know the Father. She knows Satan. She's evil. Thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth. Y'all see that? Y'all understand? This is the situation. If thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. What I say? By your words you're justified, by your words you're condemned. If thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth, thou art taken with the words of thy lips. Verse 3. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Deliver yourself. I got a page I need to straighten over here. Excuse me. Thou say, do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art come into the hand of thy friend. Go humble thyself and make sure thy friend. What did I just tell you about a woman? Make sure the woman, make sure the men you with, make sure that this is who you're supposed to be with. Dang, Father, thank you. Boy, you be putting me right on point. Make sure thy friend. And you know by their actions. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids. Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Y'all know how these women out here hunting. They want you to pay all this and that. I remember this one guy, he pulled up to take this girl on a date. He pulled up. I think she was taking some time or whatever. She wanted him to get out and come and open the door for him. He said, come on, get on in the car. I want you to be a man. I want you to get up and come. He said, hey, I did this. I got the date. I did all, and you want me to get up and come open the door for you? He went all the way up, got around. He opened the door, said, nah, that's all right. Now, I think he let her in. Then he said, nah, come on out. I'm going to save myself some trouble. He thought, see, that was the spirit. That was the spirit. Now I'm saying myself, I think he was in a red car. Nice, smooth, nice ride. See, women don't know how far to take a person, and they don't realize they mess up their own thing. He was right. No, his spirit told him. He got out all the way around, opened the door. She got in and said, no, that's all right. He listened. He listened to his spirit, his inner voice. Make sure thy friend. Verse 5, deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. 6, go to the ant, thou sluggard, Consider her ways and be wise. What does the ant do? In the summer, they preparing for the winter. In the winter, they set. That's being wise in the things that you're supposed to be doing to understand what's happening in life. Build. Get yourself together. You're supposed to be building together. A man and a woman supposed to be building in the summer together. So when winter comes, y'all set. 7. Which having no wait a minute, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Verse 7. Which having no guide over overseer or ruler. You see that? They don't have a guide, overseer, or ruler. That's with us. That's how we're supposed to be. We don't have a system looking over us when it comes to you being in the private. You don't have a system looking over you, but all the people that you have to go to the system to get your benefits, welfare, alimony, all kinds of stuff you need to get from some food stamps. All this stuff that's your ruler. The system is your ruler. This is giving you information in here what you need, but people don't read to have an understanding. Thank you, Father, that I can give the understanding if they're willing to accept it. Which have no guide, overseer, or ruler. 8. Provided her meat in the summer. Here you go. I'm just sharing that. Provide her meat in the summer and gather her food in the harvest. This is what you're supposed to do. Go be like the ant. Gather, pick up you and your wife, you and your not mistress. I don't know where that came from. You and your wife, you and the woman that you're supposed to be with. That you tend to know. You and your wife. Why I say you and your wife? Because the woman is a helpmeet to the man. And a woman, you want the man to lead you, you have to find one that you know that you're willing to have lead you, and you have to know that this is one. Not nobody that look good and make you feel all funny. You got to know who's there for you. And like a lot of these brothers say, these women, ain't no man. No, it's men all around you. You too busy wanting to find somebody in the high echelons. You got men that work, that needs your support. If you're willing to support, this goes to show if the relationship is going to work or not. Because if you're looking for somebody to carry you, you ain't nothing but baggage. You're luggage. You heavy. You're heavy. I'm just going, all these women out here talking about they want this and they want that. What are you, I'm talking about bringing to the table. What are you giving? What are you offering? Some of them say, I'm the table. Yeah, you're right. You heavy. You are the table. You heavy. Yep. And I don't feel like carrying you. That's the problem. Y'all women say, oh, I am the table. Okay, bye. I don't need you. You heavy. I don't need nothing heavy. I like my load to be light. And I'm gonna make my load light for us. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? Verse 9. Wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Wake up, y'all. Especially us as a nation. This is talking to us as a nation. It's time for us to wake up from the spirit of enmity. Women, get yourselves together. Learn to do better. 10. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, and a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and that want as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a forward mouth. See there? A naughty person and a wicked man, that's woman too. Walking with a forward mouth. That's. He winketh with his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers. Talking, all they talking, women and men. You see? Now you taking the traits on of your mother at this point. You men that the seed of the enmity of the women. Forwardness is in his heart. He deviseth mischief continually. He soweth discord. Isn't that what women do? This showing you the men who are like women, who taking the traits of their mothers and the women that they're around. See, the women are raising the generations that we have today. You're seeing it right here in the book. It's showing you the men of today. Or should I say, I don't want to call them sissies. I say the men of today. I'm going to put it like that. 15. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. And that happens with a lot of guys. A lot of guys go through certain situations. Suddenly, it's been people who went to help somebody, and we got some guys that went in and they done robbed the place. They come out. You either sitting in the car when the police come, or you try to run from the police and got caught. And you doing more time. These guys already had trouble because it's the people you hanging around. See what I'm saying? The people you hanging around, because these are supposed to be your friends because of the upbringing. You ain't have a man to tell you don't hang around these type of people. See, a man would guide you and lead you how you need to be. A man would guide the children, tell a girl or a young lady, should I say, tell a young lady what type of man to be with, what to watch out for. What a man, I'm talking about a man. I'm not talking about these thugs and these people who call themselves men. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a man, a father. This is mainly what it's speaking of. It's exactly as it spoke of in chapter 4, beginning of 4. A father speaking to the children. But this is also wisdom. This is wisdom talking to us. Therefore shall calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. Then they talk about the 7 deadly sins. Warning against adultery. Let me hit the 7 deadly sins real quick, and I'll just go on to the warning against adultery, which is a lot of stuff that's happening today. 6 things verse 16. 16 through 19. The 7 deadly sins. Right? "16. These 6 things doeth Yah hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. 17. A proud look." You got a lot of people looking proud. They think they are that today, right? A proud look. A lying tongue. A lying tongue. That'll set anybody up. And hands that shed innocent blood. And that's not only, that's what the tongue do, and hands that shed innocent blood. You go back and tell the lie and all kind of stuff. Hands that shed innocent blood. 18. A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. A mind, a heart, from here, you devise wicked imaginations. Wicked imagination. You know what I'm saying? Just wicked in the things you do. Especially a lot of stuff that's going on television today. Feet that be swift in running to mischief. Something just hit me right now, because I did see when they were talking about Tyler Perry today, about him hooking up with Oprah and all the stuff he put out that is not really beneficial for our community. It's always something negative that a lot of people put out. I don't even watch his movies no more. I don't even watch that kind of stuff anymore. I don't even watch his stuff anymore. Tyler Perry, that is. So I looked at some of that today on there. That just hit me. So I had to put it out there. So, and also it says, a heart that devises wicked imagination, which is the movies that he put together, that he allowed to put out there, so people can read and feed into, no different than all the other stuff that's being fed into everybody, as well as the songs that rapping on the radio today that's wicked and is evil. Cardi B and a lot of other people. Now, I don't mean put Cardi B out there like that, but hey, the music that she put out there, the music that a lot of people put out there, because you went and you sold your soul to Satan. The system, Satan. The system, as I was sharing with you, Satan. That's who Satan is, the system. And the evil within yourself. You is the enmity that the spirit is upon. So you are Satan. You are part of Satan's kingdom doing Satan's will. As long as it's not righteousness, you are part of Satan's kingdom. And you, whether you realize it or not, I just told you. Which is, again, a heart that devises wicked imaginations. Feet that be swift to running and running to mischief. What's happened? Let me go over there. What happened over here? Oh, let me go over there. What for real? What was saying? What they said? Feet that are swift, that be swift in running to mischief. 19, a false witness that speaketh lies. False witness. You wasn't there, but you, all these prosecutors, prosecutors, your attorneys, and your lawyers. They speak lies because they wasn't there. I don't care what somebody told you, wasn't there to stand on to know what happened. So you try to make money off of something, and this is where all this situation is going on now. The situation of the world today, the way the system. That's why y'all got to come out of her, my people. You got to come out of the system. You're living in the public, it's time to go private. If you don't know about the private, you better learn, because the Creator is coming soon. He's already here. I'm saying the Creator is coming soon. Creator's already, the Spirit of the Creator is here. Everybody looking for Christ to come, Christ is already here. In the people. Oh, I'm waiting for Christ to come. I ain't looking for no Jesus, no Yahshua, none of that. Christ is the anointed Spirit upon the people of Israel, and who the Creator choose to put his Spirit upon. Joel chapter 2, verse 28 through 30, 28 through 32nd verse. Is it the Spirit is already here. Y'all looking for an individual. He got many individuals with the Spirit upon them. But y'all keep looking for Jesus to come back. And Yahshua, and see where you end up. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brothers, who's always lying and try to get people to fight or getting people instigating. There you go. Soweth discord, instigating, as they say, gaslighting today. It used to be called instigating in our day. It's called gaslighting today. Right here in the book. The Creator don't like that. You better start doing something on the positive. Try to bring the people together instead of keeping people separated. Knowledge is good, but we need to start doing what we need to do to keep people together. Warning against adultery. Here we go. This is why I believe the Father had brought me here to share about with this woman and the way people are today and the enmity between the two seeds, the women and the seeds, the two difference. My son, keep thy father's commandment. You see that? My son, keep thy father's, who father? The Creator. Commandments, and forsake not the law of thy mother, which is wisdom. Forsake not the law of thy mother. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yah thy father giveth thee. My son, again, keep thy father's commandment, and forsake not the law of thy mother. 21. Bind them continually upon thine heart, and tie them about thy neck. That's how you're supposed to keep the law strong. 22. When thou goest, it shall lead thee. When thou sleepest, it shall keep thee. See, you're supposed to keep it in your mind at all times. And when thou awakest, it shall talk with thee. When you wake up in the morning, sometimes the Spirit give you something to lead on, or it either give you a vision before you wake up. But the Spirit is there. It leads and guides you, and sometimes it shows you what's going to happen before it happens throughout that day. 23, Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp. You see that? For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. The commandments is a lamp. The law is the light. and reproof of instruction are the way of life. And reproof of instruction, meaning you keep studying to learn, are the way of life. 24, to keep thee from the evil woman. Here we go. The evil woman, to keep thee from the Eve. All those Eves out there. The persuaders of satanic doings. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. That's why they strange. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart. And that's what a lot of people do. I almost said us. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. You see that? That's what I was just sharing with you not too long ago. I think in part 1, if not a few minutes ago. This young man was talking to this woman, thought she was fine. She had a ring on. She said I think she said she was married. I think he asked her, are you happy? And whether she said yes or no, she gave him the number. There you go, right here. Here you go, right here. For the means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. See, they don't care what happens. Women don't care. A lot of times, even when women try to get back at a man, they'll hurt themselves just to make sure their man get hurt. Without having an understanding. Getting the understanding and having an understanding. It's, you know what? I always say, I talked to my wife about this, before I even left Detroit, the best way to hurt a woman is to turn around and walk away. Because she's going to find out what she had, if you was a good man. In whatever way necessary. No matter if you, it didn't mean about the money. You could have been a worker around the house. You could have been doing stuff that she's going to miss once you're gone. Once you're gone, she's going to miss it. And then she's going to realize what she had, but it's long gone. 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? 28. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? 29. We see that in Africa, but I don't know about that over here. So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, go into his neighbor's wife. You see that? So he that go into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. You see that? Y'all see that? You ain't gonna be innocent. Men, do not despise a thief. He just said, do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. That means if he's stealing to eat because he's hungry, which he should just go ask. I don't know why it says it like that, but to me, I'm like, let me go ask. Let me see if if I can get something to eat. Sometimes you have to ask and find out. But that's what it say here. But I'm still on. You ask first. But if he be found, okay, here we go. Now, I guess this is the condition. There's always, like I said, cause and effect for everything. Excuse me. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. That's in the law. That's in the law. Go to Exodus chapter 22 or 23 and check it out. I would recommend read Exodus 21, 22, and 23. Just look at the laws and see what's there. But as you go through from 20 on through to Deuteronomy, check out and see what you'll find. But right there, this right here is in Exodus 21, 22, or 23. But you'll see it. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. You see that? You see that? That's just to go to show that's the consequences. If you want to take that consequence to steal instead of asking. See? So there's a cause and effect. If you go and steal something, you got to pay this back sevenfold. Not 7 times, but sevenfold. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lack of understanding. You see that? That's what's going on today. We got many people in this situation. They lack understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul, meaning that you could probably, you mess around with another man's woman, another man's wife. That woman belongs to him, whether y'all understand that or not. These women today don't even understand their position. They don't understand their position. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Your reproach ain't gonna be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man. You see that? That same thing that young man was saying to the other guy today that took the girl number, took the woman number that was played on what's called. I wonder if I should. No, because it was kind of long, but I would love to play that so y'all can hear it. I wonder one day I'll learn how to finagle. I'll learn how to do that one day. One day I'm learning a little bit, but I'm learning. I'll learn how to start using the double. And plus, this is an ancient computer I got right now too, so I can't use all my. So I'm doing the best I can with what I got until I get the funds, because there's a lot of things I got going on. So hey, anybody want to donate my chime is in my post, as well as my number and name. Straight Michael Harris, not MI apostrophe. My number is 770 and my name for Zelle if y'all want to do any type of donations. I thank you. Just saying. But back over here, 34. Proverbs 6 and 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. I mean, he ain't gonna spare your life. He ain't gonna spare your life. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though thou givest many gifts. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then if you're cool or whatever, I don't care how much you always gonna look at you for what you did. You done been inside my wife. But the whole thing is, she was a hoe. What did it start off at? To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. For by means of a whorish woman, 26, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Sad. And you know something? A lot of them sometimes may not even realize they're doing it. They know what they're doing, but they're not realizing what they're doing. But that's the spirit of enmity. Spirit of enmity. That's the reason why we're here tonight. Talking about this, the enmity of today. The wiles of a harlot. I don't know if I should, let me see where we at right now. We are an hour and 9 minutes in. I really don't want to go too far, but let me go ahead on to verse 7. Let me go to chapter 7 real quick. I'll just read on through chapter 7 real quick so we can give an understanding. The wiles of a harlot, which is what? The feminists of the day. You know why they're the wiles of a harlot? Because they're not spoken for. They are harlots. They're whores. They doing their own thing. I got my money. I got this. I got that. They ain't trying to settle down with a man. But when I get through with this, I'm going to go ahead and give you the key of what's going to come, what's coming. I said I was going to finish that. I'm going to give you at the end of this what's coming by prophecy. But My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep, verse 7 and 2, Proverbs 7 and 2. Keep my commandments and live. See, keep the commandments, it's going to keep you out of harm's way, like I was trying to share a few people and with another brother to understand the commandments is what keeps you out of harm's way. Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Bind them up upon thy fingers, write them upon the tables of thine heart. That means you got to get them within. That's how you get the law within you. Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, the whore, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. See that? This is how you keep yourself, because you keep the word within you, it's going to, oh no, I ain't going to do that. See, you already, when the law gets in you, it's just like learning something that becomes a part of you. When the law becomes a part of you, the spirit is a part of you. The spirit is a part of you at this time. 6, for at the window of my house I looked through my casement. 7, and behold, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youth a young man void of understanding. We have a lot of them out here today. A lot of them, because they have not been taught by a man. They have not been spoken to and give some understanding to. They've been taught by women. Women don't know the mindset of a man. Oh, you did good, I believe. Now, a lot of these women, I'm not taking from you from bringing your children up, but you still need a man to teach a young man how to be a man. Or else they're going to find out there in the street. And behold, among the simple ones, I discern among the youth a young man void of understanding. Verse 8, passing through the street. Here we go. Passing through the street near her corner. Whose corner? And he went the way to her house. In the twilight, you got a lot of older women now that's getting these young men. Somebody had a video on that a few days ago. The older men and the older women and the young men, oh, that's working good now. These young men, what these young men going to do with an older woman? And they need to have children. They need to, these are young men that's looking for mothers. That's the first thing I said. He looking for a mother. He's looking for somebody to take care of him. Oh, he's doing everything as a man and a woman, but he's looking for a mother type of a woman. That's what they grew up under. I remember them talking about, I seen that yesterday or day before yesterday. Passing through the street, verse 8, chapter 7 and 8, near her corner, and he went to the way to her house. In the twilight, verse 9, in the evening, in the black and dark night. 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot. See there? With the dress, the attire of a harlot, and subtle of heart. She's subtle. She's slick. Oh, she's slick. She knows. See, that's what I mean. These older women are good with the young men. See what I'm saying? The older women know how to be slick because they already, they well versed when it comes to them talking to a young man, and then they want to pull them in. Then when they get on them, they know how to ride them. You know what I'm saying? Making that young man feel good and hey, he young. No different than an older man want to get with a younger woman. Younger women make an older man feel young. He gonna do what he can for her. So a lot of these women are jealous of that. A lot of these women out here are jealous of an older man being with a younger woman that's going to bring her up and take care of her. Don't you want that? A lot of y'all too busy being in other people's business. When a young man and a young woman get together, they can grow together, especially if that young man being taught on how to do and what to do, or if a young man can look for an what they call them with people that's experienced or older guys, a mentor. A young man can look for a mentor, a correct mentor, because you got some wicked mentors out here too. A young man can look for a mentor to help him understand what to do. I've always worked around older men. I've always grew up around older men. And it's like they gravitated to me or I gravitated to them. And I always understood, I had two fathers. You know what I'm saying? I had two fathers, biological and stepfather, shared information with me. And when I got out here on my own, I always gravitated, or older men gravitated to me, and I was able to sit down, talk, have conversation. And behold, verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of a harlot and subtle of heart. 11. She is loud and stubborn. You see that? There you go right there. She is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. Her feet don't abide in her own house. Now is she without. Now in the streets and lieth in wait at every corner. There's a lot of these hoes, right? And a lot of these whores out here like that. 13. So she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. See that? With an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore Therefore came I forth to meet thee, diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. Okay, I come out here. I was looking for you. I'm looking for you. She wasn't playing for that fun, that change. She want to get that. She want to get paid. 16. I have decked my bed with coverings and tapestry, with carved works, with fine linen of Egypt. 17. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us lie. Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with love. Solace. That sound like playing music. I got to look at it. I don't have nobody to help me out right at the moment. Solace ourselves with love. 19. For the good man, there you go. For the good man is not at home, which is what her husband. He is gone a long journey. He hath taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. See, she already know when he coming home. Saying what I was saying, what this woman did, and she thought that he was going on a field trip, and he came home and caught him, and killed and ended them all. Him as well as the guy and her. Come home at the day appointed, verse 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. You see that? This is what happened to Adam. This is what happened to Adam. With her much fair speech, she brought it to him, and the fact is he took it, but she had to talk him into it. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattery of her lips, she forced him. That's what happened to Adam. Put this right here. That's what happened to Adam. That what evil did. That what evil did to Adam. She goeth after her straightway. He go after, my bad. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. And you know how women do with that mouth. And a lot of men already know how women do with their mouth. Sometimes they want to smack them in it. But men hold their peace. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, you ain't supposed to hit no woman. Get out of my face then. You ain't supposed to hit her. But shut your mouth and get out of my face. A lot of these women is feeling the backlash. I mean, this dude, he laid two of these Caucasian women out on the street. They trying to fight and slapping and stuff like that. One big guy just standing there. This woman just slapping him. Flap, 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 flap. He just standing there. Flap, flap, flap. She just slapping him. And then she kicked him a couple of times. This is Caucasian man, big Caucasian man. And the woman, she wasn't that small, but she was big enough, but she was big enough to be slapping them all in the face and kicking them. He just got tired of it. He turned around and said, bap, bap, Boom! And she hit the ground, laid out. People need to stay in their place. And these Caucasian women, they don't know how to just, okay. They think that they own the world. Get what you ask for. He goeth, verse 22, he goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stock, or a fool to the correction of the stock. 23, till a dart strike through his liver, somebody stabbed you, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasten to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Till a dart. That goes to show that you might make it, your husband might make it home a little bit early. That dart could be a gun, that dart could be a knife, could be a pen. The whole thing is you out of order. What you doing in my house? Did death do us part? Well, woman, I got the evidence. Both of y'all laying there dead. They both was hey, that's the evidence. You killed them. That's the law. Bring that law. Boy, I guarantee you a lot of men stop cheating. A lot of women, a lot of men start committing adultery, and a lot of women start cheating. Or let's say both of them stop committing adultery. Let's just leave it like that. If you catch another man in your house and you get both of them right then and there, and then call the police. A lot of this system is evil. This is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. The enmity is the system. This system will go for the woman and she wrong. She in the wrong. What happened on Liar Liar? Y'all remember Liar Liar? She just wanted to take the child just to get paid. The guy, we want to keep the children. Oh yeah, that's something I wanted to say on that as well. I saw Pop the Balloon. I was sharing this, and I said I was gonna share it. I'm glad I'm sharing this point right here. Saw Pop the Balloon last night. Me and my wife sit down looking at it. This one woman came in, nothing but some shoes, a long shirt. Now she might have some shorts on, but you could see her. All she had was a shirt on, and you can see the sides of her leg. All you see is leg. Let me just say that. You know she probably had panties on under it or some short shorts, but the whole thing, all you see is legs and a long shirt coming to pop the balloon. And then she said, well, I just got off this long 8-year relationship with a lesbian. Dyke? No, she wasn't a dyke. She said a lesbian. I just had an 8-long-year relationship with a lesbian. And we still friends. Now, she ain't say that all at the same time, but I'm just saying, putting everything together. They still best friends. But she ready to settle down with a man. Majority of all them men pop their balloons. They seen trouble. She back and forth with men. Oh, I told I wouldn't be here if I didn't want a man. No, you want to have a bisexual relationship. Me and my wife saw that. You best friends with the person you're trying to get away with. Supposed to be toxic. Oh man, so much. It's this world. Y'all don't even realize how close y'all are to destruction. I'm saying y'all because I don't plan to be in it. My hope and my blessing and my grace, I hope the Creator have me outside of the position when the time comes when He start going through. I hope I'm in good standing with the Creator because I don't know. A lot of people think that that's in Christianity. They think they wait for the Creator to hasten His. They don't really know they're gonna get caught right up in it. Father, I'm just hope I'm doing Your will, and I want to be out the way. Me and those that You love out the way when You start Your destruction. That's all I'm asking, Almighty. Yeah, I hope I'm doing Your will. Hope You're pleased with what I'm doing, Almighty. Again, now, 24. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her path. 26. For she has cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Why? You got a lot of them in jail. Got a lot of men that's going through hell because of the woman that they done messed around with. And then they like, man, what I just say earlier. Some of my stepfather told me, at one time, you never knew him. If you feel like you that caught up, turn and walk away. Leave. If you feel like the relationship is that bad, leave. Same with the woman. If the relationship is that bad, leave. Up and go. Leave everything. I want to say leave your children. But I'm just saying, if you having a dangerous relationship with a man, if you're having a dangerous relationship with a woman, if a woman is so outrageous and a man is so outrageous, leave. Like your life depended on it. Get up. Walk. I don't care if you're leaving all your stuff. At one time, you never had it. Leave. Well, if you had to leave with, if you got a friend or a family member somewhere, go. If you're going through abuse, if you're going through hell, men and women, that's my point of view. Leave. That's the best way to hurt a person. If you got a man who is hurting and harming you, and you're a good woman, leave. If you're a woman that's got a man that's hurting you and stuff like, leave. Man, woman, either or, leave. The best way to hurt a person is to leave. 27 and last verse, then we heading over to Isaiah, which we're going to end everything at. Her house is her way to hell. Let me get 26 again. 26 and 27 of Proverbs chapter 7. 26. For she hath cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. 27, last verse at this point. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Y'all understand that? A lot of time you're going to be with a lot of time you're going to be over a woman's house. I remember someone I didn't know, but a woman almost had me caught up like that when I was in Atlanta. Now, I'm not messing around with nobody's woman. I'm already in the law and this and that. I'm not messing around with nobody's woman. But when someone lied to you, straight up lied to you, and you thinking everything good, and you go to the house, and just like same situation. She ain't tell me that she wasn't, because she said she wasn't married. She ain't got no, she did end up being at a house, and then, woo. But then you end up seeing pictures that she didn't put away, thinking, I could have went through some situation. That just hit me. This is some way back. This was in my early days when I first got to Atlanta. But someone liked the way I danced, and we just was hooking up and trying to get, not just hooking up like that, but getting to know each other, what have you. She actually paid for my drink. She paid for a drink. I didn't even drink much. I like to go dance and have a good time. That's what ended up happening. So, I mean, I'm straight up. I tell you the truth on the situation. I just thought about it. It was something that happened way back in the day. But thank you, Father, that nothing happened, because innocent people get caught up. Innocent people get caught up. And we just got to be on point when, I turned right to it. Thank you, Father. Now, as I shared at the end of 3:12 is, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy path. That's Isaiah 3:12. But I was going into 4, so what I'll do is, before I go into 4, we'll start at 24 to go from there, as I ended in part 1, and go into 4 and 1. 24 says, and it shall come to pass, this is going on now, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink. And that's a lot of women today. Fine women, good looking women, big women, whoever. A lot of them stink down between the legs today. A lot of them do. And instead of a girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. And a lot of women have baldness under the weave they have today. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth. And burning instead of beauty. Now, what's going to happen to these women men? Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. We have in war today. We in war today. We in war with our women, with the feminists. We in war with the system. We in war with all kinds of things. And then we in war with the cops. These cops is the Ku Klux Klan in uniform. It's killing our people. We got people. We got the hospitals taking organs, killing people. We got all kinds of stuff. Remember what happened to Sandra Bland? All these things are going on. We in that day right now. 26. And her gates shall lament. Her gates shall lament and mourn. And her gates shall lament and mourn. And she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Desolate not meaning having nobody. The desolate woman today is your what's her name? Kevin Samuels always jumped on or got on. Oh man, what's her name? She was fine at one time. She went with 50 Cent. She was going with 50 Cent one time, thought she was too good for him. Oh man, y'all know who I'm talking about. 60 years old, still trying to look good, desolate. A lot of these women are desolate. Desolate means have nothing. They empty. A lot of these women, I'm talking about, this is what it's talking about. Thy men, it's talking about verse 26, and her gates shall lament and mourn. She's going to be sad. Her gates. What gates? You know what? Open them legs. Those gates. And she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Sitting on the ground, sitting out here, just out here. Just out here. These women of today, you're looking at them. But what does it say right here in chapter 4? This is what's coming. It's actually on the rise, but it's happening. It's on the rise slowly but surely, but it's happening. 4:1. Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, which is the day we in right now, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. 7 women is going to take hold of one man. The enmity. It's time for the enmity to dissolve. Why? Because that spirit is going to dissolve. The system is going to fall. And this is where we are. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread. See? They're gonna be sitting on the ground. Number one, they're gonna find that these women gonna start grabbing these men up. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name. Now, they want to try to be together as, now they want to try to hold their, they want to try to be a wife. Now they want to try to be within and try to keep a man, because now you have to, if you're taking on his name, you have to be his wife. That means something's coming. I'm going to share something with you right now. Know what's coming? What's coming is the women going to have to start being women and taking care of their own responsibility. All this abortion, it's got to go. All this stuff, y'all can't see what's happening. It's prophecy. It's prophecy. The abortions, it's time that ain't of the Father. See, the spirit of the enmity in the earth is dissolving. It's dissolving. And a lot of these women, y'all gonna be left alone. A lot of y'all with your mouth and stuff, nobody gonna deal with you unless what happened to you is like what happened to my wife. I'm gonna tell you that. My wife used to smoke, and I would never believe it. My wife, I don't think she was a drinker, but she used to smoke. She used to cuss like a sailor. What else did she used to do? It was 3 things I had named. And she was mean. I know that. I remember she was mean, cuss like a sailor, and she used to smoke. And what happened was when she started getting into the scriptures, started reading, and then she wanted to stop smoking. And she I wish she was here to tell you the story, but she'll tell you. The father said, "You can't bless me with a dirty mouth." And that was the lead to everything else. That dirty mouth was her cussing. When she said she stopped doing that, everything else that was attached to that just started leaving. And her change started. When her change started, she started to become a different creature, a different person. Because I would never believe that of my wife today. I would never believe that that was her. She used to smoke, and I can't stand smoke. She used to cuss. We don't cuss, and I don't cuss. Something I seen in this that I wanted to come right behind this. In that day, 7 women should take hold of one man, saying, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel." That's coming, y'all. Whether y'all believe it or not, it's already in works. One person you can look at Nick Cannon. He's able to afford to do what he's doing. Look at Neo. He got 4. And I'm seeing more is happening more and more. It's rising in the earth. Like I said, when mine come, I know the Creator is gonna allow it to happen if it's meant for me. But I know when I know she for me. I know my wife. Father said that the woman you're gonna meet her in Detroit and she's gonna be with you. I know who I got and what I got in the wife that I have. It was something else in here I wanted to before. I know this was one thing, but I guess whatever it is, I guess this is it. Unless the Creator put in my mind before I get ready to say the last thing. But chapter 4, this is where we at, y'all. Oh, I remember. Thank you, Father. See, it always comes. Thank you, Almighty. Revelations 12. I'm only going to give 12 and 12 right now because I don't want to go into the whole thing from 7 on down. I'm giving you 7 and I'm giving you Revelations 12, verse 12, right? I will do 11 and 12, but a lot of people don't have an understanding of 11. I don't want to go off into it. So I'm just going to give you 12 and 12. Revelation 12, verse 12 says, "Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them." This is where we're going, and we're getting into heaven. When I say we, people who are becoming and moving into the private, that's heaven. For you who don't know, that's heaven. You're on a whole different level when you're in heaven. And people that's moving out of the public into the private, that's heaven. That's the gates of heaven that I like to say. But what it says, I'm going to read that again. "Therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them." When you move into the heaven, that's when your mind state is in a heavenly place. That way, because you ain't got to worry about the system no more. The enmity of the system. But what happens here? "Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth." Now, these are the people who are still in the public. "Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea." I like to say, call it the sea of people or of the maritime admiralty law. But I'm going to say the sea of people. "For the devil," which is the system, remember I was talking about the system? "For the devil, which is the system, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." All these people going to jail right now, the system is putting people in jail. All these people that's going through certain situations, it's the system, because he know he have but a short time. That's the enmity of the system that's dying and dissolving. It only has but a short time. And everybody that is in their private office, you in heaven. You just have to recognize and realize it. So other than that, I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you who's living in the new, this is for you. I'm that same Michael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see that Michael is really me. Other than that, I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. And this time we're going to start the benediction before we do because I've been missing it, starting it off, and I've been going straight through the end. So now we're going to do the benediction first, and then we're going to do the Shema. Then we're going to give the information for the broadcast. So other than that, right now, we're going to do the benediction, which is in Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27. And it states, this is the priestly benediction, 22 to 27. In Numbers chapter 6, it states, And Yah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put Yah's name upon the children of Israel, which is his law, and Yah will bless them. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekevo, Vakuto Violam, Vaed. Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah, Father, is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Blessed be thou, Father, universe, that bring forth all living creatures forth from the earth. We thank you, Father, for the word of the night, living word, that you will keep us in every way. Let us retain your knowledge and your word, and allow us to seek your face and your spirit. We ask you to bless us and help us in every way, and lift the spirit of deep sleep off from us, that we will grow in your love and in your light. We praise you, bless you, and thank you. Your holy word and spirit, all things we pray. Hallelujah. 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 Praise y'all, mighty. Excuse me, y'all. I got to run in here real quick, take a quick leak. Be right back. Oh, boy. Oh, oh. Woo. Forgive me, y'all. I apologize for that. I had to go. Excuse me. So, but other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for being here with me tonight with the information that we just shared. And also just want to share with you, if you'd like to get in contact with me, please text or call me at 770. My name is spelled Michael, but pronounced Mikael. Eric Harris. Some people call me Juice. Some call me the alkaline water guy. But again, my number is 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Or you can also email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. And also you can, if you'd like to see part 1 and part 2 If you like to see part 1 and part 2, you can see part 1 and part 2. One moment, y'all. I think I seen a look. Okay. You can see part 1 and part 2 on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. That's Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you like to check part 1 and part 2, you can see part 1 and part 2 on YouTube Live at Juice Pro 33. You can put that in the search engine on YouTube. That's part 1 and part 2 on YouTube Live at Juice Pro 33, which is spelled JUICE PRO 33. That's JUICE PRO 33. All together, one word. And please like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. That's Juice Pro 33. Also, you can catch part 1 and part 2 on Instagram. On Instagram, we're located under L'chaim_the Juice, which is spelled LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Again, that's LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Also, you can see part 1 and part 2 on Facebook. My Facebook is spelled Michael, but pronounced Mikael, which is Michael Harris, or should I say Mikael Harris, which is MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. That's MI_CHAEL space HARRIS. Now that's part 1 and part 2 on all 3 of those platforms, which is YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Now you can see the full version from the download from Zoom. The full version from Zoom, you can check us also on YouTube, which is Juice Pro 33, again, which is JUICE PRO 33, again, which is JUICE PRO 33. Please like, subscribe, and share, but that's under video for the full version. That's under video on YouTube. On the video on YouTube. You can also catch the full version on X, formerly known as Twitter. That's X, formerly known as Twitter. All you got to do is put in the name Juice Pro 33 again, which is JUICE PRO 33. Again, JUICE PRO 33, the full version on X, formerly known as Twitter. But also you can see us on rumble.com as well. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM. Again, that's rumble.com/LKHYYM. And also you can catch us on patreon.com/LKHYYM. Patreon.com/LKHYYM. Now you can also, if you like to see one of my other platforms, which is TikTok, my TikTok is the same. One of them is the same as Instagram, which is L'chaim_the Juice. But you will put in the search engine the @ LKHYYM_THEJUICE on TikTok. In the search engine, you put @LKHYYM_THEJUICE. Last but not least, on my other TikTok is Michael the Juice Harris, which is Michael the Juice Harris all together. And also I have a YouTube Michael the Juice Harris as well. On my YouTube, I have a YouTube, but that's one of my newest ones. That one is still building. And the Michael the Juice, the Juice Pro 33 is my first one that's still building now because they terminated my last one. So you have two. And like I said, my last TikTok and my YouTube, other YouTube is Michael the Juice Harris. So you put the @ in the search engine on TikTok, but it's spelled MICHAELTHEJUICEHARRIS. Again, that's @ on TikTok and MICHAELTHEJUICE HARRIS. All right. Now, if you'd like to see the platforms they want to come on to the Zooms, you can always go into the links on either one of the platforms and it comes up. You can get in the Zoom, but I would rather, if you'd like to get in contact with me, because I'm screening people who just try to come in that I do not know. So I got to make sure that I know you because I am screening before I allow you come on. But if you like, we're on the night after Sunday. People call Sunday night, but I like to say the night after Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, which is Fight Fire with Truth, which was like last night this time. Fight Fire with Truth, which is open conversation. We have open conversation on that night, which on the night after Sunday, which is 9 p.m. Eastern. And then on like tonight, the night after Monday. The night after Monday night is Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. That's Mikael's Knowledge of Truth on the night after Monday at 9 p.m., like tonight. And that's 9 p.m. Eastern time on night after Monday for Mikael's Knowledge of Truth. Now on Tuesdays, we have Zoom only. We don't have open conversation. We have Zoom only. And on Zoom only, we have Introduction to Sovereign Class of Knowledge for those who want to come. And if you like to come, I would like to urge you to text me your name, your number, and your email. I gave you my number to 770-572-5315. I would like you to text me your name, your number, and your email and say that you would like to join the Sovereign Class of Knowledge. That way I can put you in my Google Calendar and then it'll come up in your email. You can accept the dates. I'm gonna have all the dates there that will be in your Google in your email. You just accept those dates and then it's gonna come up in your calendar. Once it come up in your calendar, you'll have all the dates and notifications when we're going on, if you want to get on to the Zoom. So that's on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time, every Tuesday. That's Sovereign Class of Knowledge. For those who, I like to say, graduate, we're going to have a to be determined. That's going to be on Wednesdays. That's going to be on Wednesdays once we get past the first Sovereign Class of Knowledge. But other than that, on the Sabbath day, we're here on the Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon on the Sabbath, and we call that Assembly of the Righteous. That's where the Assembly of the Righteous come together, which is this is the day that the Creator has made for us to come together in His name, and we go through the scriptures in the book, and we go from there. So other than that, that's on the Sabbath at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time. We're here on the Sabbath day, which is Assembly of the Righteous. So other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I believe this is my cousin over here, Ramon. I love you, cuz. That's you. BTM27, this could be you. I don't know. I only see one person over there. But I thank you for coming over there on Instagram and over here on Facebook. I don't know if anybody's here or not. If anybody's there, can you throw me some hearts up or something? On Facebook, I got Russell Clayton Bay. I got Ray is watching. I got Aliyua, Ali Yahoo Israel is watching. And First Chronicles 17:20. I got you, my bruh. I appreciate you. I don't know if you just did that, but First Chronicles 17:20. Matter of fact, since we're here, let me just read that real quick since you put that down. First Chronicles 17:20. Let me just look at that since my brother put that down real quick. First Chronicles 17:20. See what we got going on here. First Chronicles 17, verse 20. Oh, man. That's right there. 17:20 states, David's prayer and thanksgiving. I like that, but that's starting at 16. But let's hit 20. Oh, Yah, there is none like thee, neither is there any Yah besides thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. Come on, my brother. Love you, bro. I like this. I love that right there, bro. I love it. I love it. There is none like thee, neither is there any Yah beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. I like that. Thank you, my brother. I'm glad you put it up there. My brother, let me go ahead and get this thing right here. Brother Ali Yahoo. Ali Yahoo. Ali Yahoo. I appreciate that, bro. I'm reading one more time. Oh, yeah, that there is none like thee, neither is there any Yah besides thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. That's his law and his commandments. Praise you, Almighty Yah. Thank you, Father. All right. So other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for their time, their patience, their listening ear, their seeing eye. So we're going to say bye first over here to Facebook. And I appreciate the comment, my brother. And I thank you. Appreciate everybody for coming. Love you. Appreciate love you. See you soon and always. Peace. All righty then. There we go. And over here on Instagram, I'd like to thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, and your seeing eye. Appreciate love you. I'll see you soon. And thank you for coming, cuz Ray Jones 99 joined and BTM 27. Thank y'all for coming. Love you. Appreciate love you. And I'll see you soon. Peace. There we go. And over here on YouTube, well, first before we go there, we're gonna say bye over here to because I would leave this on running, not even realizing it. Wait a minute, somebody put something in here. It looked like anyway. It says, talk enough about the only other entity in the story. Who knows what will actually happen to Adam and Eve when they ate the fruit? I don't know, it might have been from that girl. That might have been from that girl. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it was on YouTube. That might have been from that girl that was talking and it was left up there. So other than that, I forgot Zoom. I thank you for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing. I hope y'all had a great night and I hope it was good. Peace.